Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome into round number 7 of the 2026 Underground RC Supercross Championship and MX Simulator live here on Start Your Systems. I am Kellen Brower, and I am pleased and proud to be joined in the booth once again this week by the man, the myth, the legend, Kalana Humphrey. He's back. He called the action with us at Houston a few weeks ago, and East Coast is coming up here tonight, and he's like, we got to get back in the booth, man. We got to see what's going to happen with these East Coast boys. So welcome back. Great to have you here.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me again, Kellen. Yeah, East Coast is starting back up, or it is starting up this year for the year. And yeah, I'm excited to see some East Coast racing. Yeah, we've been doing so much for the West Coast this year in the 250 class, and the 450 class is kind of spreading out. I wanted to get in on the action in the East Coast. It's going to be exciting.
Is there anybody from the East Coast that you're like, oh, I want to see how they do this year?
Yeah, I mean, Matherly, Tharp, obviously those are like the heavy hitter names. My buddy Timur, I don't know if he qualified though. My buddy Timur is racing. He was 35th last time I checked, so I want to see how he does. And yeah, kind of just want to see some new names and yeah, learn about these new riders for sure.
We are going to see some new names. Unfortunately, right now the Race Factory site is timed out, so I can't get you guys access to that. I was trying to get the iMoto website to work too, but it seems like that's also down. So we're dealing with a little bit of quality issues right here, but that's okay. We can pivot and do something a little bit different right here. So we're going to go back to our live screen here and jump into the server to talk about this racetrack. So Arlington, always fairly big floor space. Jerry's World here, AT&T Stadium is massive, but this track wasn't supposed to necessarily have whoops on it, but the sim guys put whoops on it before the Supercross Triple. What are you seeing about this racetrack that sticks out to you so far, Kalana?
Yeah, whoops before a Supercross Triple. That's always tricky. Especially in the 450 class, they're always hitting them in 5th gear. So making sure you get a good run and being able to clear the Supercross Triple is going to be tough. The on-off section is definitely really interesting. And yeah, I mean, the flat corner into the finish line and then how it goes back and forth. It's going to be a good racetrack. I think there will be some passing opportunities at this one. It's definitely a unique one for sure.
Definitely a lot of bowl corners and opened up opportunities for guys to try to make passes, and maybe even some sneaky inside lines will be available. And yes, for those that are bringing this up in chat, the renderings for the 3D track map IRL did not include whoops. So if you've played the ARL track in MX Bikes, there are no whoops on the track. But I do know for a fact that where the whoops are will be where the whoops are basically this weekend. The only difference is instead of a Supercross Triple at the end of them, there will be a regular rhythm section triple at the start of them, and then it goes into the whoops after that. So the rest of the track is going to be pretty much the same this weekend, but that's going to be the only difference that we'll see this time around. All right, we're still trying to figure out if qualifying is going to load up or not. Lane Burks just messaged us in chat and said he's trying to get his site to work. So we're working on it. I guess what we could do is actually just take us around this track here and see it up close firsthand. We're going to be Luke Sullivan because I was doing screenshots earlier today. But right-hand first corner, Kalana, what do you think about right-handed first corners, I guess IRL and in sim?
I mean, in sim, it doesn't really matter because obviously it's in your the rear brakes on your controller, but in real life it's definitely different. For me, I always liked right-handed first corners the last years because I've been on the Stark and I have a handbrake, so I don't really have a disadvantage there. But yeah, it's gonna be super interesting to see for this Saturday. Yeah, it's gonna be different, but maybe a little bit more chaos than normal just because you know, you're not in like the exact body position you want to be unless you're like someone like Jet who always rides on the pegs and stuff. So definitely, yeah, it'll be interesting.
Yeah, you called out a couple of different features on this track already, but soil type in Arlington, a lot of guys lately say it's some of the best dirt on the circuit. Did you get a chance to race the next race there? I don't remember if you did.
I did
or
not.
Okay.
I did not get to do Arlington, but the dirt looks really good. Yeah, so I think it has like a lot of traction, but it doesn't get too ready also. So it looks like a race you would want to do.
Well, it definitely looks like it's going to kind of mesh over with what we're going to see in MX Sim pretty well. Get a look at the track here so far, and this rhythm section to me is going to be really interesting because you can 3 into it, but I don't know if guys are going to be able to get a 4 out in here of any kind to make it just in 3 jumps. So would you like to 3 in, 3, 3, 1, or maybe like 3, 2, 3 into the corner to still get something off there, or what would you do to approach that rhythm?
I think definitely the 3 in is going to be important because it looks like just looking at you play the lip, if you go 2 and then that 5 foot looks really steep and you're going to be in the air a really long time. So you definitely want to 3 in, and I think the best option is just really just 3ing in all the way, or 3ing the whole section, because you carry the most momentum. And then honestly, you can roll into the corner, and you can almost jump it, and it almost works out better sometimes. It's definitely tricky in sim. It's kind of inconsistent, but you can really jump into the corner and pivot really well. So I mean, most likely, I think we will be seeing the guys just 3-3-3 single.
Yep. All right. Well, I think I actually got booted out of the server, so we'll connect back in and make sure I don't miss it. Let's see. Can I get qualifying up yet? Maybe. Question mark. It'd be great if we could actually see these today. But we're still working on trying to process that, and Lane is just out here putting laps down in the server anyway. I did notice that before we did not get times to load, that it seemed like fastest in 450 qualifying was Payson Johnson. Now, I don't know if he's going to race tonight. I'm not saying that he is. But if Payson is back, he always adds a little bit of flavor to it, and we saw at A2 how fast he could go. So what do you think about Payson maybe racing this one tonight?
Yeah, Payson is always a wild card. He really just does it for the love of the game. Like, yeah, always going to be fun watching him in the main. There's definitely some big lines we probably do not even see coming, and he's probably going to hit. So that's always going to be fun to watch. But I mean, it would be cool if he just like really put a race together and just won out of nowhere. That would be really fun. But yeah, kind of just a wild card, honestly.
Yeah, so we'll see whether or not Payson actually lines up tonight. I mean, usually if he qualifies, he at least races. Whether or not he goes into the main event and puts all the effort in to do that, that remains to be seen. But yeah, still not able to show you guys qualifying times, but maybe what I could do, if Race Factory works with me nicely here, is I could actually pull up the entry list and we could talk about our 250 competitors. Obviously, one of them right here on the track, Ben Nerona, who won a race just last year at Tampa in the 250 East Division. So going to be fun to see how he fares tonight. As you mentioned, there's a lot of other big names that are going to try to go to battle tonight, go to the gate and see how they do on this track. But yeah, 250 versus 450 differences. We could talk about that real quick. Seems like most every line on this track that a 450 could do, a 250 could probably also do as well. But is there anything that you've noticed that maybe the 250s would struggle a little bit more than what the 450s are doing?
Yeah, definitely that 3 in before the whoop section, that rhythm lane right there. It's always tough. Like when I play, I always have to play on a 450 because I'm not good enough. And like 250, you're just doing so much more. Like just the amount of shifting you do on a 250 is pretty crazy. Like you're shifting from first to fourth at least like 3 times in one rhythm lane. So I think that's going to be the biggest struggle point. And obviously the whoops too is going to be really tough, having the rhythm section or having the whoop section into the Supercross triple. I didn't really get to see the whoops, but if they're pretty big whoops and the 250 struggles, that's going to be one area too. That's going to be hard.
All right. I think we maybe have qualifying coming around. At least people are trying to screenshot and give me screenshots of it to be able to show. So let me see if I could just actually save this screenshot and we'll pull it up. Shout out Connor Lins for trying to help me out here. I'll just replace that. And then this one, we'll do that. Some letters and then go here. Working with this on the fly. Okay, so what is this? This looks like it is our 450 qualifying time. So we'll bump that up real quick. And again, thank you so much to Connor Lins for this. So it does look like Braden Carter did go fastest, 49.2 and a 49.5 over Payson Johnson. You get a look at where all the 450 competitors are. Of course, 250 Heat 1 is lining up right now. So instead of doing this, let's talk about our 250 competitors really quickly so we don't miss out on how they did. Braden Tharp does go fastest, though, 51.7. Spieth, Cromie, Chelsea, and your defending champion, Cade Matherly, all inside of the top 5. So Tharp and Matherly, 2 guys that have won 250 championships of late, going to try to do battle. Do you have a favorite just looking at this list? Obviously, Tharp going a second faster than everyone is insane, but anybody else jumping off the page?
Yeah, definitely Tharp is always a championship contender, even made some 450 mains. He's won a race, right? He's won a 450 race. So obviously him, Cade Matherly, a lot of raw speed. I know Matt Cromie.
Yeah.
He could always do good. That's pretty much it. I mean, Frank Jackson, he's been playing the game for a really long time, right? He's one of Yep.
Frank's been around for a while too. So yeah, there's definitely a few names that'll jump off the page and hit you in the face in this 250 class. So we're excited to see how it goes. Looks like we're going to jump right into it here, actually. Did I get in or do I need to reset? I might need to reset. Sorry, server people. This always catches me out, just trying to wait and make sure this actually works. But we are just about ready to go racing in this 250 class. And there is Frank Jackson right on cue. You were just talking about him. So there's Frank, Ryan Rich, Landon Walters, Tyler Moore. So Timor made it in.
Yep,
by the
let's
looks
go,
of it.
Timor. He did text me. He said he got 26 in qualifying. So.
Okay, so yeah, we pulled it out in the end.
Pulled it out. I want to see a main event out of my guy.
All right.
We'll see if he can get it done.
Well, we'll see if everybody can make it off the start here clean into turn number 1. That right-handed first corner could play havoc. Let's see what happens. 250 heat 1, 9 go through. Everybody to the LCQ after that. Here we go from Texas. 250 East action is underway, and the land rush into turn number 1 sees a Yamaha poke its nose out first, but up the inside, it is going to be Ryan Chelsea who gets the whole shot and off to the early lead on the 26. Jake Spiess on that District Designs Yamaha gets in a second, and a massive pile up in the background. Look at all these bikes down in this corner. The early chaos of 250 East catching some guys out, Kalana.
Yeah, it looked like it was. Oh, and as Ryan Chelsea goes down in the whoops, they look really gnarly. It looks like the 250 guys are really struggling. As my boy Timor goes into third, no way. But yeah, like I said, those whoops, they've been making him really gnarly this year, especially for the 250 class. And you can see right there, yeah, really tough set of whoops.
Yeah, and it's Military Appreciation Night, of course, in Arlington for the real-life race, and we're doing it tonight. So we got some cool military appreciation kits that we'll probably run through and try to show you guys, maybe even pick out some lit kits here tonight. But it does promote Jake Spiess into the race lead after that little mistake that put Ryan Chelsea on the deck, and Spiess is out here trying to sprint away from everybody. Interesting option there, going over with the triple single into the corner. And then, yeah, it sounds like these 250 guys are able to 3 in right there. So 3-3-3-1 through here seems to be the way to go, but these whoops, man, Kalana caught a lot of guys out on lap 1.
Yeah, these whoops look really gnarly, especially in 250 class, as Spiess makes a big mistake. Jaden Wilson still in second place. And yeah, they just look really demanding. And yeah, the whoops, honestly, have really been eating the 250 class up, especially last weekend too with those whoops. So yeah, I think that's really going to be the make or break this weekend for this class.
Yeah, they are big, they are burly, and it's going to take a few laps for them to break in and be a little bit easier for these guys to hit. So our front 3 definitely have gotten away. Ryan Chelsea's moved back into 4th place after all this chaos, but you can see our 3 leaders going through this rhythm section pretty much nose to tail, about 4 seconds separating them. There is Chelsea now back into 4th place ahead of Hunter Ash in 5th, Ryan Rich in 6th, and then chaos ensuing behind them. Bollinger 7th, Josh Crummett in 8th with Landon Walters in 9th. But look at this behind them. Jack Gatlin, Connor Smiley, Alex Doyle, Wyatt Hoffman, Frank Jackson, Tanner Rogers, you name it, they are in this battle. And they're trying to run down the 91 of Landon Walters right now. Oh, and they're going to get some freebies right here. Is going a little bit wayward through there was Josh Crummett. So Crummett out of a transfer spot promotes Jack Gatlin up to 8th, Connor Smiley to 9th, Hunter Ash went down in the whoops, more guys going down. I mean, it's just pure chaos to start at 250 East. These guys are just trying to figure it out here.
Yeah, it looks really gnarly out there. If I was the top 3 right now, I would be really stoked, because you can kind of make some mistakes and you kind of can just ride really freely, as these guys back here, yeah, Crummett and Walters and all them, Rogers too, like they're just, yeah, they're in kind of mayhem. And like you got guys like Tanner Rogers who are really 450 main event guys, as you saw this week. Ooh,
Rogers in and out of the tough blocks there.
We'll see how T-Lane likes that one. But yeah, it's really just goes to show how important a start is in this class. Did he just Dragons back to rhythm section?
I think so, yeah. We're just out here making lines up.
That was really nice. That's what you call an MESX line. But yeah, that was nice.
Very, very much an MESX line. Big brain moves out here as more chaos in the whoops as guys are still going down. It's literally a graveyard out there. These whoops have been killing guys most of the year, and Rogers was playing victim there again. He falls back outside of a transfer spot, so that promotes Frank Jackson up into 9th. It's still Spiess leading. Actually, we got a battle out
Timor.
front. Your guy is going
Timor's
after
behind him. No way.
Timor from 26th in quali is all the way up trying to battle for the race lead, as Spiess still leads by 1.8 seconds, but Timor's crushing it out here.
He's getting that line nice. And yeah, he did build a replica track of this track particularly. I did play a bunch of hours on it. So, I mean, there is that. He is a track builder. Really loves his one-to-ones, though. As he gets a little front-end heavy, but saves it. And that's really just what you need to do out here right now. If you're in his position right now, just take your time, and if you mess up in the whoops, don't try and like correct it too much. Just kind of try and ride it out. And now, yeah, he's battling for third, but honestly, breakout performance from Timur. I haven't really seen him out front in RF races before. So, yeah, rooting for my boy.
Oh, he's crushing it right now. He's feeling the heat from Jaden Wilson, but as you said, these guys, if they just keep it on two wheels, this should be an easy transfer to the main event for both of them, and great way to start off the season in 250 East. Beast getting away a little bit again, but nice job up front for these three. Ryan Rich also in there in the mix. Walters, Crummett, Frank Jackson now into 7th. Got around Connor Smiley on the 275. And Pilsner, Moto-Sun, is up into the final transfer spot on the Nexus Xanax Metal Militia. I don't even know what bike that is. Honda?
That's Yamaha. He's on the Nexus Yamaha, but I think he's running his own gear. Oh, he's running the 1 gear. Yeah, shout out Moto-Sun. I raced his series. He does a role play series with all the AMA kits. I know it sounds kind of weird, but it's pretty fun. You should check him out on YouTube, though. I think it's Moto-Sun, or it's Joseph Pilsner. He did some YouTube videos about it, but in the P9 spot, holding on strong, and he looks like he's catching the number 275 of Smiley.
Yeah, he's running those guys down and getting away from Ryan Chelsea behind him. So as the battles continue, we are almost out of time in this race. Final 15 seconds clicking down, and then the white flag will wave. It is a 6-minute plus 1 lap heat race. And again, only the top 9 transfer to our main event later tonight, where the points will be paid. This is simply just a qualifying race to try to even get there in the first place. And if you're some of these guys outside looking in, the last thing you want to do is head to an LCQ to start off your championship here in 250 East. Again, right now it's Chelsea, Rogers outside looking in, Wyatt Hoffman, who actually had some good qualifying earlier, back here as well. Tommy Luberta.
Red plate, that's bold.
Yeah, I know, just coming straight in with the red plate, definitely.
3-digit red plate. I mean, that's a statement right there if I've ever seen one.
It would be better if he was like leading or, trying to just make it actually into the main event, but right now not in the main. So that's not going good for him. Meanwhile, final lap underway. Jake Spieth is about halfway around, and this is a guy that we expect to at least battle for a championship this year if he makes it the distance. He won the East-West Showdown at Indianapolis last year and managed to finish up P2 in the championship last year as well. So Spieth starting off on the right foot here in 250 East and just getting through the whoops.
Oh no!
He saves it.
I'm pretty sure P2. If I'm not wrong, I think he missed a timing gate.
Yeah, so maybe missed the timing gate, but he'll get going to the flag. And Jake Spieth starts the season on top, wins heat number 1 here in Arlington. Timur right into the main event with P2, a strong showing for him.
Let's go, Timur. Big shout out for my guy, Timur.
Oh, the 331's looking sharp out there. How about Landon Walters cruising up into 3rd late in this race? Josh Crummett coming with him. Frank Jackson gets to 5th. Ryan Rich back to 6th. Pilsner 7th up the inside with Jaden Wilson jumping over top of him. And over the line was Connor Smiley just sneaking in there in the 9 spot. So Smiley makes it through. Chelsea outside looking in. Wyatt Hoffman, Tanner Rogers, Tommy Luberta, Alex Doyle, Jack Gatlin, that's also a big name missing as Daniel Paz goes through the whoops. Hunter Ash, Cody Wells. Man, some of these guys even ended up a lap down. That's how bad their nights are going so far. But tough break for some of these guys. Bollinger also going to the LCQ. At least the kits are looking clean, right?
That's a nice kit from, is that Twizzy? Is that the name of it?
Yeah, Twizzy. I'm trying to see if there's anything that's like military specific on here. Can't tell if that's like I don't know what that bottom graphic is, but obviously we got some nice dark camo here from Seth Karate Boots House's program. TSCZ boys chilling. Phil's also not being too military appropriate tonight, but that's okay. That's okay. Ooh, we got the Army rocking on Jack Gatland right here. Yeah, look at that. Expedia.
That's a crazy title sponsor, but that's cool.
That is a very crisp look. The Thor kit with the military stuff. We'll pick out some good stuff here for our lit kits here tonight. But yeah, very interesting start to the night. I mean, the whoops.
Yeah, the whoops are crazy. Yeah, I didn't really get to see it too well in your track map, but yeah, I mean, looking at it, you could really tell that's really where it's gonna matter.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm pretty sure Timur was 3 seconds a lap slower. Not hating on you, Timur, but 3 seconds a lap slower, and he got second. Just from being consistent and staying up. So I think that's really going to be the key tonight for the 250 class.
Well, that's To all the people that called me out on the IG video earlier today when I got sideways in the whoops and unfortunately made my guy Austin Faulkner look a little bit like Squidward out there. The whoops are tough, man. I'm trying. I'm old and washed up. These 32-year-old hands can't get through the whoops clean anymore, and I'm trying. But maybe we'll go away from running the replica kits and I'll just go back to being me, so you guys can all just roast me next week. But the whoops, man, they killed me. They're tough.
We got to get an A-Ray kit going, then you'll
I'll be perfect if I'm A-Ray, that's for sure, yeah. That'd be pretty funny. I'm sure there's an old A-Ray kit I could find, maybe like a classic Twisted T one or something like that. Or
you could run a fill kit and just double in everywhere, too.
That would be perfect. Maybe I should do that next week for Daytona. All right, 250 heat number 2 coming up. We got Jack Mark, Matt Cromie, Lawson Dye. Elliott Person was fast in qualifying. Cole Strawn out here, jumping over from the MX Bikes world. Lawson Dye, who we already mentioned. Jet Holyhead, Jared Gummison, Will Now, Caden Estes, Xander Brion, Bryson DeYoung, Emmett's son, Nick Casella, Rogan McIntosh, Logan Mortberg. The 1E of Cade Matherly is out here. Tharp, Thomasounis, and Nerona. In fact, where is Matherly? I want to go see if we can find his setup here before we go racing. Did I miss? I did miss him. Somewhere back here. Where is he? Matherly. There he is. 1E. Twizzy, defending champion of this series. Back out here. And, I mean, honestly, I kind of hate that we don't rock red plates at round 1. I personally didn't really mind that rule, and then they switched it to the black and white plates, but whatever, I guess. I digress.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting rule. It was definitely an interesting one. I mean, you're the defending champion. I feel like you got the right to run a red plate, right?
Yeah, it seems deservedly so in my opinion, but
to each their own.
To each their own indeed. All right, 30 car to sideways, revs are up, 250 heat 2 in Arlington. Let's go. Long gate hold, and these guys are off and running. Fortunately, no one hits the gate. Up the inside, it is the 1 of Matherly who gets there first, controls it through the inside, and a rare good start for Cade Matherly. Gets him out front in the heat race, so we'll see if he can take off and run with it. Elliott Person right there in the 2 spot. Lawson Dye, Nick Casella, Tharp on the 9 back there as well. They're all chasing the 1E, Cade Matherly out front.
Yeah, if you're the defending champion, that's what you want. You want a good start. And even like this control in the whoops, he missed a couple with his front end, but was still able to get a good drive at the end. And yeah, that's how you want to start your season off as a defending champion.
So he'll lead lap number 1 of 250 heat number 2. There is Lawson Dye on the 472, moving up into the 2 spot. Looks like he's Phil's fill-in rider for the week on the 472. So great to see that. And there's Tharp, who has changed teams a few times the last couple weeks, and once again, I do not have his skins. So apologies there. I swear I got the Ashika kits, but maybe I installed it wrong. I don't know, but Tharp out here trying to move into second place and go with the 1E of Matherly out front.
Did he get booted from District?
Yeah, so District, I don't know how much they want to say about that, but basically they were just like, time to move on from Tharp, and Tharp ran a Sunbelt Honda last week, but now he's on Ashika this week, so...
Dang, is the owner of he goes down, tries to push the envelope. I wonder if District has like a Bobby Reagan team owner, and he's just like, boy, you gotta go.
Boy, you're not cutting it out there. I mean, he had a rough start to his 450 season, trying to move up and race with the big dogs, and missed the first 2 main events of the year, and then rebounded pretty good at Anaheim too. But that's really the only flash of brilliance we've seen out of the 9 on a 450 this season. So he jumps back down to the 250 class and trying to mix it up with these boys. Speaking of mixing it up, no one's dealing with Cade Matherly out front, just putting this thing down to a 3-second advantage early in this race and showing why he has the 1E on his plate out there. Good to see him back to form as well. He also struggled at the start of the season in the 450 class, decided to drop back down, race the 250 class just to run the 1 is what I heard. Like, I don't think he actually had that many aspirations of trying to defend this or anything crazy like that. Just wanted to get out there and run the 1, but looks good out front. Could be a factor for tonight's main event with the way that he's starting off the evening.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, anytime you get to run a number 1, I feel like you would want to run it, right? So I definitely could see that point. And yeah, I mean, he looks good. It looks like he made the right decision, even though if it wasn't really well thought out.
I just want to run the 1. Whatever. We'll just go win races. No problem. All right, so Matherly, Person, Casella, Gummison, McIntosh now inside of the top 5. So Rogan McIntosh starting to work his way forward. Got Tharp back into 6th now. Lawson Dye 7th. Jack Mark in 8th. And Emmett Sund is rounding out our top 9 positions, but he just made a mistake in this rhythm section and allowed Logan Mortberg to go by. So Mortberg on the 181
Oh, as we
Sunbelt.
have a big crash at the back. Looks like Emmett Sund got landed on.
Jet Holyhead, 2 guys that we expect to be in the mix here tonight, both down together, and they're getting up together, and I wonder if they're going to be a little bit sour towards how that crash happened. They got to start working forward.
As 2 other guys land on each other. This is straight chaos back here. Definitely pushing the envelope in the 250 class. Ooh. And they almost landed on each other again. Wow.
It's not over yet, because look at up the inside. Sun is going to be able to double back to the inside.
Oh!
3 riders in the corner together. And that was Matt Cromie that just went down on both of them. I don't know how he lagged into them, but then he ended up going down. Dooley's ahead with Emmett Sund and Jet Holyhead. So these guys are right now in 12th and 13th. Let's go back to our transfer spot. Nick Tomasunis. I don't know what he gave me, but it doesn't work. Something's wrong with that bike. That bike needs some milk.
Oh, wow. What happened to my boy Nick T, man?
He's trying to run the Stark, I think, but like...
I don't know what he did, but it wasn't right because is he just running it like that? There's no way, right?
I don't think... He must have sent me skins that are like corrupt or something, because that usually happens when you name the jam files wrong, and then it overlaps with a different model. Because like we have the Stark model, we obviously saw it with Quino.
Yeah, Tom Quino.
Yeah,
did he win he won the second main, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, something like it was in the mix. You're right. So I guess something wrong with the jam files. I don't know.
I mean, I see the number. I see a number under his rear fender. So TikTok star Nicky D needs to. Well, I guess YouTube Shorts too. I see him everywhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, we need to figure that out, Nicky D. But.
Who throws it filthier on the Stark, you or him?
Definitely him.
Okay.
No competition between.
No,
definitely not. Yeah, he's next level. Ooh, little sneaky line right there, and keeps it in the leaderboard. That's risky though, because once you touch that thing, you're cooked. So
I like it though. I mean, it seems to keep the flow up through that section. He is getting caught a little bit by Mortberg, but Mortberg goes over the bars trying to triple in. And now Holyhead's going to go back into 10th. So we have some positions swapping around back here. Oh, Jack Mark was just down, it looks like. So he just got up, still in a transfer spot, but now under attack as Jet Holyhead closes that gap down. They call him White Drizzle. No one really knows why. We haven't asked questions about that yet either, because I don't think I really want to know why. But he's up here in the 10th spot trying to close down on this final transfer position. Now, if you're in his position, do you just wait for the whoops and just try to make it clean, or do you force a pass here early knowing the white flag's coming out next time by?
I think you just got to force the pass, but you can't rush it too much. It has to be well thought out. But I think definitely before the whoops, you can really get under, kind of be unexpected. But as he makes a mistake, and Jack Mark's kind of pulling from him, so he better get going quick, because Jack Mark honestly has a lead over him, and it doesn't look like he will get an opportunity unless he has to pray he crashes in the whoops, or else it's pretty much over.
Yeah, Jack Mark getting a little bit of a gap now over Holyhead, and if he's getting through the whoops clean.
Nicky T crashes again.
The whoops reach up and bite him.
Oh, it's just he must be getting PTSD from San Diego.
Dude, they did absolutely eat him alive in San Diego. That was brutal. But Mortberg also went down, so it caused a little bit of a hiccup here. Now Jack Mark is in the final transfer spot, but he's down off the finish line jump. Oh! And Cromie tees up Mortberg, gets going, and Jack Mark lags through him and takes him out. So now Nick Tomasunis is bringing Nygren with him as they're trying to close up on Jack Mark on this final lap. Doesn't even matter, though. Will now went through all of these guys, moved into the final transfer spot. We'll come back to this in a minute, because out front, Cade Matherly gets an easy dub. Tharp is down on the Supercross triple, so Casella is going to go by Gummison, Tharp, Lawson, Dye, McIntosh, Person, and then Holyhead with Will now still trying to just hold on to this thing. Oh, can Jack Mark close this down? We know he was crushing the whoops earlier. Will now's got to get these things clean. He's hopping, he's skipping, he's bouncing, he's rolling through him. Jack Mark's going for it, and he yard sails at the end of the whoop. So Will now is going to make it. It's McIntosh in 8th, Will now in 9th. And these guys are just getting absolutely eaten up in the whoops, even when they're going for it or just trying to play it safe. None of them are safe.
No, definitely not. And I think I'm really excited to see how this LCQ turns out, because it's going to be straight mayhem. But Yeah, shout out to my boy Rogan. He ate. I know he's won a race, right? Or maybe podium. He's pretty good.
Yeah.
But shout out to my boy Rogan. Solid. But yeah, Mad Lily pretty much untouchable. Didn't really even get to see him much, but he was 14 seconds ahead. So yeah, running 53s. Looks like he ran his best lap on the last two. So no really settling for him.
Yeah, Matherly is looking sharp. Rolling into the main event as we have kicked off 250 East with a couple of heat races and some crazy action as these guys were just going after it. And now we get to see a lot of those guys head back to the LCQ. We are headed towards the 450 class, though. 450 Heat 1 coming up next. And it will feature Noah Bindis, Colby Eaglin, the defending champion, Isaiah Dickerson, Devin Johnson, Maxime Vanderbeek, Joey Carter, Jeremy Seabolt, Wyatt Grant, Jeremy Schiabro, Caleb Hall, Ash Deering, John Heilman, Jacob Arnbrister, Spencer Turley, Blake O'Brien, Carson West, Seth Carr, your points leader, Alexis Leclerc, the A2 winner, Braden Castellaneta, and Brandon Larson make up the 20 riders going for 9 spots in 450 Heat number 1. Kind of stacked. We got the points leader, we got the defending champ, and we also got a lot of 250 West guys that moved up and seem to be pretty fired up here tonight.
Yeah, it looks like one name that pops out to me is Carson West, who kind of just went on like a crazy streak from that last main event in Houston, and he won the heat race at Glendale, or he was leading laps in the main, something like that. And he kind of just pops out of nowhere, does good. And yeah, Turley's back. Yeah, Seth Carr though, it's really gonna be hard to beat him. But yeah, other 250 guys. I think Wyatt Grant was up on the board last time we checked qualifying. So yeah. It should be good. It should be a good race.
The only person that seemingly has beaten Seth Carr of late is himself. And when he gets bad starts in the heat races, as we saw a few weeks ago at Glendale, it puts him a little bit on the back foot. So he's going to have to get off the gate well here tonight in Arlington and not have to come through the field in this heat race. Joey Carter, Dr. Do Racing, they've jumped over to the 450 gas. Running some wild stuff here tonight. We gotta try to pick out some more military kits here. The District Boys not running it too much. Blake O'Brien, a.k.a. Hayden Deegan lookalike. Devin Johnson, Boner Air, Leclerc over here. Nobody in the 450 class running military kits. Where are we at, boys? Come on now.
Unreal. I could see Leclerc's standpoint because he's from France. Right?
France, yeah.
Yep. But
Jack Gatlin's from the UK, and he was running the Army kit with the Expedia graphics. So I don't know, man. But either way, we will see how it fares for the 450 guys. Seth Carr deep up the inside as well. So how does that work out for him? We are set to go. 450 Heat 1. The 260 of Dickerson jumps the gate. He's going to be stuck there. And a terrible start for the one of Eagland as a bit of a pileup on the inside causes some free air for Seth Carr to get the whole shot. Does he go to the lead? Yes, he does. Tripling to the outside. Going to take it over as Turley moves up into the second position.
Yeah, it looks like someone, I think it was the number 20, I don't know who it was, but he got brake checked. But yeah, it looks like that inside really worked out for Seth Carr. Kind of stayed out of the chaos, stayed back, and now he's in the lead. And yeah, you can really see the difference between the power and the 250 class and the 450 class. I mean, they're crushing the whoops. Way more consistent too, not really bouncing around. So yeah, I mean, Seth Carr is pretty much unstoppable this season. He's really looking like, really reminds me of Jet Lawrence, just fast and can really just hold that pace and really make time whenever he really needs to.
Yeah, and for the most part, the starts have been there. He's had a couple weirdo moments where the starts have hurt him, and look at that quad single into this corner right here for the 450 boys. Fairly easily done as well. Crazy to see that. Wyatt Grant moves up to the 450 class and runs into the pole here. Going to have to get going in a really awkward position in front of half the field, but gets going pretty nicely. Not too bad of a mistake correction right there. Falls to 7th. Allows a handful of guys to go through, but a nice job there. Joey Carter moves up into the 3 position with Bindis. And then Carson West, who you mentioned. So yeah, these 250 West guys starting to make some hay here in this 450 class, and West goes down just as I say that. Commentator's curse.
Yeah, and it looks like Eaglin made a mistake there too.
Yep.
And
Castellaneta.
Yeah, Castellaneta went down there too. So, I mean, it really seems like you can maybe make a mistake in the whoops, but it's less like in the 450 class. It's really just if someone does make a mistake and you're already on your line, it's really just avoiding it.
Yep. So if you're Colby Eaglin right now, you have done a fantastic job of going from almost down going into turn 1 to 10th in 2 laps, and he's still got to work through a handful of guys, including Seth Carr, who coughed the lead up. He's actually in the final transfer spot now behind Leclerc. So Spencer Turley takes over the lead right now, and he's saying, what's up, my dudes out here in Arlington, just cruising with the lead. Different option lines through here shows the difference of what Leclerc and Carr are doing, with Eaglin still lurking in the background. But this is interesting because Carr now is on the bubble spot, and he's going to have the defending champ on his heels here before long. He's got to get a move on.
Yeah, definitely going to be interesting. But yeah, you can really just see Carr speed against Leclerc. Yeah, that whoop speed's unreal. But yeah, really rare mistake you see Carr back here, and pretty tough comp. I mean, you got the winningest rider of MX Simulator in front of him, and you got the defending champ behind you. So it's going to be interesting how this battle plays out, but I have no doubt that that Carr will make it through no problem.
Yeah, Carr, Leclerc, they'll probably start working together and closing down, but they got to run down Schiabro, former champ. Oh, actually, since I say that, Schiabro goes down. Eaglin lays it down as he was about to go into the transfer spot, so Deering jumps over him to move into 9th. So Eaglin got into 9th for a really quick second, and then Deering takes it back over. Now we got different rhythm options showing themselves through here. It's just not gone Colby Eaglin's way in 2026 on this title defense. No wins yet this season. And really, Kalana, nothing even in heat races that shows that he's on his way to trying to win the main event just yet.
Yeah, I really haven't seen the Eaglin flash this year. It's really just all been Seth Carr. But yeah, I would really like to see him get going right now, because it's really now or never. Like, he really needs to get on the roll to even be in title contention. So yeah, I guess we'll see. But not too long before this, who does Seth Carr suspension? Because he ate that 4 up like it was nothing, no legs or anything. But yeah, as of Colby Eaglin, yeah, really needs to get going, and yeah, really not catching Ash Deering either. Ash is kind of pulling a gap on him, so yeah, he really needs to close this up.
Yeah, Ash Deering 10th in points. He believes he should be in the main event out of the heat. Who's that down? That is Seabolt on the 10, your 2020 Supercross champ, down out of a transfer spot. He's going to drift back to 12th. Leclerc, Arnbrister, they went through as well. So Leclerc has actually been shuffled back here a little bit further. Seth Carr's moved up to 6 as Leclerc's hopping and skipping through the whoops there right behind Arnbrister on the 1-3-8. And then Schiabro has now moved up to the final transfer spot. So can Schiabro hold it down after that early mistake? With these 250 West boys moving up, we're seeing some really talented dudes struggle to just make it into main events because of how stacked this field suddenly got.
Yeah, it's definitely really exciting to see a lot of the West Coast guys jumping on the 450. I feel like the West Coast is probably the faster class than the East right now, just looking at them. And wow, that sneaky line from Schiabro, that was nice. But yeah, like I said, the West Coast kind of seems faster right now, so it's really nice to see people hop back on the 450 or hop on the 450 for the first time and kind of mix it up with these guys. Kind of gives more youth and a little just more exciting, really.
Yeah, hopefully it gives us a little bit more flavor for those main events as well with these guys in the mix as we see more battles up ahead. That's Eaglin trying to get around Deering. Finally does it to get up into 7th, so he is, at least for now, in a fairly comfortable transfer spot, but nothing in sim is ever that comfortable, especially when you could have an instant crash at any moment and time. Still about 30 seconds on the clock. Joey Carter just putting in the work right behind John Heilman, who's in 4th. 3rd for Wyatt Grant. 2nd for Noah Bindis. He's going to lose that spot, though. Grant's going to go by. Very nicely done by Wyatt Grant to just take advantage of a mistake there from Bindis. And they're still all chasing this man. Spencer Turley, what's up, my dudes out front? He's going to get the white flag this time by. We haven't seen him in a couple weeks, but maybe he was just back grinding 04 trying to get dialed in here tonight. He looks great.
Yeah, he looks good. I'm looking forward to see his recap video that he's gonna do about this race, particularly, and breaking it all down. Definitely one of the most controversial riders in sim. Either you love him or hate him, but no, really impressing me right now and pretty much everybody. I mean, you have Seth Carr, Colby Eaglin, all these guys in here, and it kind of looks like it's him and yeah, Wyatt Grant doing really good too. Yeah, 250 West rider, and was Business was a West rider too, and it looks like he went down
back to the 8th spot. So that just shows you how quickly you go from 2nd to 8th in an instant. Wyatt Grant still charging here late, trying to keep Turley in his sights and maybe steal a win here at the flag. Turley's got to get the whoops clean. It's been a detriment for a lot of guys. Turley is sideways and down, doesn't legs off, and Wyatt Grant was off the track. Gets back on just in time. Oh, and he gets over the triple clean. So there it is. Last lap pass, last straightaway pass. Wyatt Grant wins 450 heat number 1. It's Turley second. Heilman to the line with Carr. Joey Carter and Eagland right there. Deering, Bendis, and Schiabro going through. That is a crazy freight train of riders. Top 9 separated by 9 seconds at the flag.
That is unreal, and big props to Wyatt Grant. I mean, did he miss the main in the 250 class at A1 or almost missed the main? Either way, and then going and winning a 450 heat race, really impressive. So, and this is really not an easy heat race either. You have some really experienced guys. I mean, you have the 2020 champ, you have the defending champ, you have the fastest guy right now, and you got the winningest rider of all time in MX Simulator. So, yeah, definitely not a light heat race to win. So, yeah, props to Wyatt Grant. Yeah, really impressive ride.
And speaking of the 2020 champ, Jeremy Siebel did not finish this race, so a tough break for him. Not sure what exactly ended up happening there, but he is going to the LCQ. Trying to see, someone said Flex sent me the skins for Ashika, and I don't have a message from FlexKex in my Discord, so did he send them somewhere I don't see? I remember downloading the Ashika kits, but I don't remember where they are. Let's see. Not there, not there. Are they there? How about here? No? Nope. Nope, not that. Okay, how about up here? There's so many DMs to go through. Well, there's the Avakia kits. So I remember getting those. Do Racing got that. Privateer kits. Unity. Yeah, I don't have anything from FlexKex. So I don't. What do you mean? What are you guys talking about, man? Just confusing out here. Did I miss it on the skins thread? Nope. Got everything from the skins thread. So I'm just getting called out for not having Ashika skins when I wasn't even sent them. What's up with that? Sadness. All right, 450 heat number 2 coming to the gate. Let's tell you guys who is on the line for this one. We got Johnny Padani, Seth Shirley, Antonio Vellotti, Dylan Delaire, Devin Ryan, J.R. Reyes, Chase Blakely, Bodie Parker, Braden Carter, Alec Horn, Austin Schaefer, Tyler Shovey, Timmy Briscoe, Rasmus Balzer, Cash Woods, Luke Sullivan, Walter Gebhardt, Jax Lindsay, Talon Zollers, and T-Lang, Tyler Lang in this one. So yeah, we get a chance to see the only other person that has the red plate at the moment, at least right now, Cash Woods, 250 West Points leader in this heat race tonight. How do you think he fares on a 450 here?
I don't know. Has he ever raced a 450?
Yeah, I think so. I think a couple times last year.
I'll look at Schaefer running the One Industry Start kit. Oh, it looks like he did a rep of the factory start, so that's pretty cool. Nice kit from Schaefer. Yeah, I haven't really seen too much of him on a 450, so I'm not sure if he raced or not. It'll be interesting. You have J.R. Reyes, who was a West Rider. Delaire was a West Rider too, so it'll be interesting to see how they stack up. Tyler Show too. Yep,
quite a few of them in here. Let's see how they fare. It's off and running for 450 Heat 2 in Arlington. Last qualification race before those LCQs, and someone from the mid gate goes deep in turn 1, and it doesn't work out. Bodie Parker sneaks through on the 32 into the race lead. Not for long. Up the inside goes Jax Lindsay, and a little bit of chaos in the background. Tripling in alongside these guys is Gebhardt. He's trying to take the race lead, and he will in this corner. 2 lead changes in 2 corners. Gebhardt out front.
What a race, and it looks like the 3 out of the top 4 are, in fact, now Woods went to 5th, but they are 250 West Riders. So, yeah, playing a big role is these West Riders in the 450 class. So it's definitely really exciting.
Yeah, so Gebhardt's going to be out front early from Lindsay, Parker, Padani up in here. And there is Cash Woods, our 250 West points leader. He has been standout rider on the West this year, won a lot of races, and has a good championship lead through the first 6 rounds of the season. Now we get to see what he's made of on a 450 as he tries to mix it up with these big dogs. And as you said, it's always nice to see these coasts switch up and see the guys jump up to the other bikes, but it also gives us maybe a preview of what someone like Cash Woods could do in a couple years on a 450.
Yeah, definitely. It gives you a nice nice kind of visual look, and it looks like Walter Gebhardt did go down as Woods passed him. But yeah, big down. Crash from Woods. But yeah, it's good to see what these guys are kind of made of in the 450 class. You can see everyone. Shirley's struggling in the whoops. Yeah, definitely interesting.
All right, so Cash Woods is going to have some work to do a little bit now as he falls back. Is he outside of a transfer? Yes, he's in 10th. So Blakely goes by. Balzer also up through, two-time 250 Supercross champion up here with T-Lang battling it out as they charge down the straightaway. Balzer, the rapid Dane out of Denmark, keeping Tyler Lang honest. Seth Shirley up here starting to work his way forward. And Shirley, as you've seen, Kalana, oh, T-Lang got landed on. I think Balzer just landed on him and took him down. So Cash Woods goes into a transfer spot. Zollers goes by, and T-Lang is going to get up as he gets hit from behind again and causes more chaos.
That's the one rider you do not want to run into. I'm pretty sure T-Lang pretty much runs RF penalties twice. So, yeah, that's not the guy you want to run into. But, yeah, I mean, Braden Carter also, I mean, he's in the 10th now. Last time I looked, he was in 15th, making some good ground. But, yeah, definitely not where you want to be.
Yeah, remember Carter entered tonight 17 points down the championship. He's going to go into a transfer spot, though, I believe, as Cash Woods was down at the end of the whoop. So Woods, bit of a trouble area so far in this 450 class, not able to stay off the ground, and that has really hurt his chances of making the main event out of the heat. Meanwhile, Carter is going to continue to charge forward. He's got Zollers in front of him, Balzer, Lindsay, Shirley. But behind him as well, the 11 of Luke Sullivan, who got 4th last week in Seattle after starting 22nd. So Sullivan, similar to Shirley, these JIBR.co Cowies, starting to find the flow a little bit. And I wonder if Sully here can go with Carter ahead of him, try to make some good passes.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Sully is a 2024 SMX champion. So, I mean, he has the speed and he's proven himself. Hasn't been the season I think he's wanted to start off with. But, yeah, it looks like these JIBR.co Kawasaki's have really been figuring it out lately. But yeah, has kind of got a little bit sketchy. Who is he behind?
Well, he's right behind Zollers right now, but he actually got by Jax Lindsay, who was down in the whoop. So Jax Lindsay, who led this race 2 laps ago, lays it down. Man, Sully is really putting the heat on Zollers, and Zollers just swings wide and says, you know what, I'd rather hold on to a transfer spot than get taken out battling for 8th place. So Sully goes by. Carter's still charging with Balzer ahead of him. Dylan Dallaire, a little quiet ride on the Ashika program in the 5 spot. Shirley's climbed up to 4th. Bodie Parker still holding on for 3rd with Padani right in front of him. But Gebhardt, as you mentioned, he had his troubles earlier in the whoops. He is back out front in this race on the 103. And it's been pretty up and down in this heat race of who's got the momentum. It seems like the mistakes are aplenty, even in the 450 class.
Yeah, it looks like it's just a really tricky track to kind of get everything going, but it's always cool seeing a 3-digit number lead and possibly winning the heat race. Don't want to jinx it, but yeah, he looks solid. He kind of looks like the better guy. He got the good start, and yeah, he's kind of just been running up front. But Padani, Bodie Parker, solid ride for Bodie Parker, a 250 West guy. But yeah, Walter looking good.
Walter looks good. He looks a little bit like, even though this gentleman never rode for Yamaha, I believe, but he looks a little bit like a gentleman you work with on a regular basis, I assume, Sebastian Tortelli, who was 103 way back in the day. Do you do much work with Torts?
Yeah, especially when I was in Europe. He was my team manager, but he was also a trainer, so he would come out to the track and help us out. Love Seb. He's awesome. But yeah, kind of Seb-like. Now that you mention it, he really kind of does look like Seb.
Yeah. I mean, Seb's a beautiful human, great guy, always really fun to get along with and have a conversation with, and obviously doing some work with Stark Future. So cool to see a bit of a throwback to 103 out front here in Arlington. Padani is charging, though, trying to close down this gap late in this race, and he might have a little bit of competition here as Seth Shirley is right up alongside Bodie Parker in a battle for 3rd place. Shirley is absolutely ripping. 51.8 last time by. Fastest rider of this front group at least. 51.6 out of Carter is actually the fastest on the track, but Shirley on the move. Could he still maybe sneak up and win this race? Because I don't know, these guys might not get the white flag. It's going to be really close. We got 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2. No, they do not get the white flag. So 2 laps to go, and Shirley is on the move right now, Kalana.
Yeah, I could really definitely see Shirley really winning this heat race. Even if it was white flag, I could still really see him winning it. I mean, he's kind of just putting the hammer down and kind of just going bulldogging everywhere. And as he pushes through that too much, what a save! Definitely shifted up to 5th for that one. But
looked like Chance Hymas out there.
Oh, and looks like maybe we gave him the commentator curse because he just made back-to-back mistakes. And it looks like Walter Gebhardt is gonna keep the race lead. But I mean, yeah, he's pretty far down now, 7 seconds. But nothing's impossible as Carter's climbed his way all the way back up to the 4th.
That's what I was just about to say, is Carter is on the move late here, and the white flag coming out for our leaders out front. Carter is all the way up into 4th place, and what a charge it has been for the Blue Deuce out there, holding on strong. 17 points down the championship, 1 win on the season. It came 2 weeks ago at Glendale, looking for his 2nd here tonight in Arlington. It would be his 34th career win if he could get it done. But they are still chasing the 103 of Gebhardt out front, who has caught lap traffic, which just shows you what we might be in store for tonight in the 450 main event. If you're catching lappers 7 minutes into a heat race, you're going to catch them probably twice, if not 3 times in a main event. And Gebhardt just trying to get around Blakely. Blakely's not making it easy, so could Padani get up here and steal this one late? Gebhardt doubles to the inside, makes that pass happen on Blakely. Through the whoops clean. Those 450s just looking so much better. That kick at the end probably got the heart rate up, but Walter Gebhardt will survive. He comes to the line. Heat 2 of the 450s goes to Walter Gebhardt in Arlington. It's Padani 2nd, Parker 3rd, Shirley 4th, and Carter will round out our top 5. Balzer, Dallaire, Lindsay, and Schaefer. Any competition from Sully? Well, Schaefer's got to get the whoops clean. Let's see. Up on top of him, he's bouncing, but he is good.
I like the Stark rep though. Looks nice.
I think people know you're in the booth, so I think we got more people running the Starks just because they know Kalana's here tonight.
Maybe, but yeah. What a race! It's nice to see the West guys mixing it up though. But yeah, crazy to see Carter. It looks like Shirley did get around Carter and ran the fastest. Or no, Carter still ran the fastest lap of the race, but really close the gap between the two with their fast laps. And it looks like Carter did go down on the last lap. But yeah, shout out Walter Gebhardt. 3-digit winning the heat race is always cool to see.
Yep, Gebhardt sets himself up well for the main event. I think this heat race was slightly faster, so he should go to the line first here tonight. Padani also looking strong here tonight. Bodie Parker, another one of those 250 West boys moving up. So if you're Shirley and you're Carter, at least the one saving grace is Seth Carr did not have a great heat race either. So they're all going to end up kind of alongside each other on the gates for the main events. So we'll see that here in about 20 minutes time. But before that, we got our best races of the nights coming up. 250 LCQ, 450 LCQ, and it's all going to be brought to you by the Moto X Pod Show. Great work over there, always by Darkside, Scotty, TJ, everyone hanging out in the studio. Are you looking for more moto content? Check out the Moto X Pod on Wednesday nights starting at 4:30 Pacific, 7:30 Eastern on the Moto X Pod YouTube channel. Every week, the guys talk with riders from Supercross, Arena Cross, and Off-Road, as well as going through emails, top 5 lists, and other segments. Come join in the fun and excitement. And I think they're just wrapping up their show right now, so if you've been sent over from the Moto X Pod Show, welcome on over. Kellen Brower, Kalana Humphrey in the studio here tonight calling the action for round 7 of Underground RC Supercross NMX Simulator. And the LCQs are coming up. Do you like LCQs?
I love them.
Okay,
good. I love them.
Because awesome. I know if when you go pro, you're going to hate them.
Oh, yeah, probably, totally. They're the worst. I mean, I raced one in France, and it was terrible. Worse, yeah. Don't like them, but I love to watch them.
Yeah. Oh man, LCQ is always a bit of a nerve-wracking situation. I remember being in my fair share of them in sim back in the day, and I was always absolutely crapping bricks going to the gate because you needed a good start. You absolutely need a good start in these LCQs. You can't just beat around the bush and say, if I start top 10, I could maybe still make it. No, you got to start up there because those leaders will get away fast if you don't get a good start with them.
Totally. And I'm checking out the YouTube chat. Sorry to everyone for me saying a bunch. I will be working on that. I apologize.
That's okay. Ignore the haters, man.
I apologize.
I've always dealt with haters, and everybody always seems to have negative comments. So it's all good, man. Your profession is not broadcast. Your profession is backflipping dirt bikes. So
this is true. This is true.
All right, 250 LCQ time here from Arlington. Top 4 go to the main event. Everybody else is going home here early tonight, and it is time to drop the gate. 250 LCQ, let's go racing again. Where is that start going to come from? A couple guys wheeling halfway down the straightaway and into the corner first is one of the district Yamahas. Does he come out front? No, Nerona gets beat to the punch. Ryan Chelsea is 2 for 2 in hole shots tonight. Can he convert it on an LCQ transfer? He's off to a good start here. It is Nerona, Jack Gatlin, Cole Strawn up here.
No.
But Strawn and Gatlin get together, and Strawn is in the opposite lane as he gets going. Gonna allow a few guys to go by. Hunter Ash, Alex Doyle, and Nygren just lays it down coming out of the berm. Weird crash right there. So a lot of guys going by. Looks like Rogers moved into our final transfer spot, but these ones are absolute chaos, Kalana.
These are gnarly. Nick T back in P12, not where you want to be. Chelsea, Ben Nerona, Cole Strong, Tanner Rogers. Yeah, Cole Strong. Never really heard of him. Ryan Chelsea, Ben Nerona. They kind of seem like topper guys. Oh no! Tanner or Alex Doyle goes down. Unfortunate crash. He was out front.
And someone just got landed on. Rogers got landed on there. Who was that went down with him? They're dropping down the field together. I think it was Hunter Ash that landed on him. Tough break right there for both of them. But this is absolutely playing into the hands of our leaders. Chelsea 2 seconds clear of Nerona, who's 5 seconds clear of Cole Strawn. Now Brion under attack from Caden Estes, who's going up the inside trying to make that pass. Not going to do anything about it just yet. So these guys just need to try to settle down. As front flipping in the whoops is Caden Estes. And never mind settling down. He is down off the bike and allows Wyatt Hoffman to go by. Now Brion's going to try to lock down this 4th position. But I have a feeling, Kalana, we have got quite a few more chaotic actions still to have here in the final 4 laps of this race.
Yeah, definitely going to be tough. Ryan Chelsea up front, kind of making it look easy. But yeah, everyone behind him, I mean, Ben Nerona, and then yeah, Xander Brion on. That's going to be a dogfight. It's really just getting through the whoops as Wyatt Hoffman goes right into the leader pole.
Man.
Not what you want to do in the LCQ. Kind of call it goodbye after that. Xander Brion, hopefully he can keep it on strong. But it looks like there's a good battle behind for the 5th position. And really, I mean, you don't really want to go too hard for the 5th position, but if then something happens, which is very likely in the 250 class, especially in the section coming up, that's where you don't. That's where you kind of want to be.
Yeah, if you're in 5th and those guys go down in front of you, that is the perfect opportunity to take advantage of it. And we'll see if DeYoung can make it happen. Tommy Luberta still right behind him. Jack Gatlin, and yeah, we'll see how this goes. Thanks to Lane Burks for pointing out my weak suit LCQs. 16 of them I was in. I was in 6 250 LCQs and 10 450 LCQs, and I only made 2 each out of each class. So I was 2 for 6, I guess, in 250s, but 2 for 10 in 450s. Yeah, I sucked in 450 LCQs, but definitely know what these guys are feeling right now on the racetrack. It is absolute crunch time, and I've never been more nervous than being in a position that Xander Brion is in here. 4th place in the LCQ. You're just sweating bullets, hoping, praying the bike holds on below you. And then you're hitting these whoops every lap, and you're just begging it to go straight.
Yeah, this is where you really, sweat bullets. And he saves it. Kind of like, even if you have like a lapper in front of you, that really distracts you. You have to stay completely focused in those whoops, especially on the 250. They are really gnarly. Yeah, kind of got lucky there.
Cole Strawn down after the finish. Really weird spot to go down.
Feeling someone's going to land on him. Yep.
Yep, gets hit from Jack Gatlin, I think that was, who was 7th. So DeYoung went by, but actually it's Tommy Luberta on the Reiko number 210 that moves up into the final transfer spot right now. So first look at the 210 Reiko program as he's made it into a transfer spot. Remember, he was running red plates in the heat race, but backed it down, said, you know what, we got to run the black plates until we can prove our worth. He's back on him and back into a transfer spot, at least for now. Does he hold on to it, Kalana?
Who knows? But if he makes the main event, then I feel like we got to run some type of different color plate. It could be yellow, it could be blue, it could be whatever. Because, you made the main. I mean, it was a little bold. Looks like someone's rolling. Oh, it looks like Brion has made his way back up to 4th now, final transfer spot. But yeah, I would like to see if someone can just hop on Photoshop real quick and just make him a kid with a different background. That would be pretty cool. That'd be pretty funny. I'm not sure if it's legal. I'm not sure if Race Factory Gaming would like that very much. It'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. So Brion back to 4th. Gonna try to get to Luberta right there, but lays it down. A little bit of a mistake right there, and we're joined in the booth by my daughter. What's up, Holly? What do you want to say?
Oh no, and it looks like Tanner Rogers made his way back up, but then kind of tipped over again.
Oh, he's back there. Watch the end of this race while she gets Matthew ready. Okay, you're telling our mommy to me. Okay, well, thanks for the update. I think she's trying to help you get to bed. Okay, I gotta keep calling this race. See you later. I love you. You want a hug? Mommy needs you to go. Okay. She's gonna come pick you up. See you later. All right, back to the action we go.
Looks like this battle is really heated up. Xander Brion and Tanner Rogers have really kind of came back and oh no!
Oh, and they land on each other and they're both down. Actually, Brion was off the bike. Rogers was able to stay up, but there's more guys coming. And now
no!
Rogers gets landed on. I don't know who that was coming through, but Cody Wells moves into the final transfer spot on the last lap of the race. Now, can he survive the whoops? He does, and throws a huge whip off the Supercross triple. Final corner. Nerona, Chelsea, Luberta, and Cody Wells going to the main event here tonight. Oh, man, what a gift.
What an ending that was. And my boy Nick T did not make it. He did DM me on Instagram and said give him a shout out. So big shout out to Nick T. Really should have just made it in the heat race, I'm going to be honest. But Lubera, can we get something going on Photoshop? Let's run a different color background for the main event. Lit kit, though. That's a nice kit.
It is nice.
The Troy Lee kind of camo gear.
Reiko, yeah, just all black and white stuff. The camo, like you said, pretty solid. No, not gonna lie.
I bet they're running the old Gen TLD helmet too. That Sunbelt bike looks pretty cool.
Little digital camo on the bottom of the Sunbelt shroud. Trying to see what else we can see on this. Yeah, tough break for Tanner Rogers. Not going to be going through to the main event. He is out of this one in 7th. Bryson DeYoung, Wyatt Hoffman, Daniel Paz. Daniel Paz, nice little Fox hit right there. Hunter Ash, Logan Mortberg. Oh, Mortberg was in this one as well in the heat race and going home early tonight. Tough break. And yes, apologies. My daughter came in and wanted to tell on my wife for not listening to her or something like that. I don't know. But hey, you know what? It's a family affair here at the MX Sim races. It's always what I say. And my daughter's only, man, not that far away from being able to turn pro in this game, you know? She'll be racing with these guys at some point.
Is there an age limit?
Yeah, 13 plus.
13. So. Gotta be a teenager.
Gotta be a teenager to be able to race with the big dogs. And honestly, I think that's totally fair because even 13-year-olds probably are not that respectful with racing, but I cannot imagine trying to race a pro race against like a 10-year-old.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a good look.
Punch you fifth wide in every corner.
Yeah, you get fifth wicked, permanent ban for the season. So you probably won't even gonna race for a couple of seasons anyways. So might as well just skip that whole process. Yeah. And heavy hitters in this LCQ though: Leclerc, Siebel, Carson West, Briscoe, who won it. He won LCQ, or no, he was in the 250 class.
Well, you're right. He won an LCQ and then converted that to a podium in the main event at San Diego.
That's what it was. Yes, yeah. That's what it was.
Yeah, so this is going to be heavy right here. There's some single-digit boys. There's defending champions up in here, and definitely a lot of guys that believe they deserve to be in this main event here tonight. I'm even looking at Isaiah Dickerson, who hit the gate in the heat race, and got to try to fight his way in out of this LCQ, so we'll see if he's able to do that. By the way, I want to give a big thanks to everyone who's tuning in week after week. We are over 530 people watching live right now, which is absolutely insane. I've said it a few times already this year, but definitely in the past, we used to see numbers drop down by now. The A1 hype would be behind us, and everyone's ready to watch something else. They're over watching the sim races, but you guys keep coming back for more. So thank you so much for tuning in every week. It's been awesome to see the support. And big thank you again to everybody who tunes in every single week. You guys are the reason we come back and keep doing it, because it's awesome to call these races for a big audience like you guys that tune in and watch these races live here on Start Your Systems. All right, here we go. 4 make it to the main. Everybody else is going home early. Time to drop the gate. 450 LCQ from Arlington is off. Oh, terrible start for T-Lang. 54 of Caleb Hall up the inside, trying to get there first. Through the middle, he gets into Blake O'Brien, and Hall goes down. O'Brien's between lanes trying to get back on. He's going to come out in third, as to the lead goes Alec Horn. Leclerc up into second on the 7, and those two are trying to get away while the chaos ensues behind them.
Yeah, you could really see Leclerc did line up on that inside gate or towards the inside, and he did not get the best of jumps as he goes down and kind of
he's
bulldogs his way in, and doubling a Supercross trip on the first lap's not what you want to do. And no!
That was Dickerson on the 260 that hit him, who was off to a good start, and these guys are just weaving through them, trying not to get caught up in the melee. The 14 of Cash Woods is also back here trying to fight his way forward, so a lot of guys are down early. It is Horn, Siebold, Briscoe, and T-Lang inside of the top 4 transfer spots right now, which means guys like Leclerc. Oh, Leclerc is 17th place. Dickerson picks it up in 14th. Tough break on lap 1 for a lot of those guys.
Yeah, not good, and to be honest, I really haven't seen the raw speed from Leclerc, so I might have to just pack it up and go back to the semi and come back next time. But an interesting fact that I just thought about is Payson did not race. He didn't even line up.
I did see that. No Payson tonight. Yep.
Yeah, I was excited to see him, but yeah, Alec Horn up front, T-Lang in 4th, Timmy Briscoe, Siebold, solid guys, but there is solid guys behind them too. You got Velati on the Sunbelt. You have Cash Woods, Schaefer, Blake O'Brien, Leclerc, J.R. Reyes, Tyler Show, Chase Blakely, like really good guys behind here, but it looks like a solid group out front, and looks like Alec Horn did put in the fastest lap.
Yeah, so you could go down the order outside of the top 10 even and find a bunch of main event staples up there, so that's crazy to see the depth of field even in this 450 LCQ 7 rounds into the championship. Siebold, a former series champion, T-Lang, former national motocross champion in this game. Both of them are in right now, 2nd and 4th respectively, but about 5-time national champion Leclerc still outside looking in, trying to get up there. Cash Woods, your 250 West points leader, he's trying to get up there. Let's do some onboard action. We haven't done much of it tonight, so we'll go on board with Leclerc and just see what the chaos is like as you're running 11th in an LCQ. What's the level of intensity you would put on Leclerc right now? If you're 11th in this race, about halfway through, how much are you sending versus just hoping something happens?
I'd say 100% send right now. You really got nothing to lose. Kind of just want to send it, and I mean, really, you're 11, so it's still like a minimized, like not a big chance you're gonna make it. But if you do send it and really just put some good laps together, I think maybe I contradicted my old comment that I made about 3 laps ago, where he should bring it up to the semi. He's actually looking pretty good, running 53s, and only another guy's faster than him, or 2 guys, Blake O'Brien and Alec Horn, so he is looking really good, and maybe he can bring it up into that top 4 as he gets really lucky. He doesn't get any weird physics right there, and yeah, big battle, and looks like 8th and 7th are in front of him, so really it is possible. I'm sorry, Leclerc, if you're tuning into the broadcast. That is my fault.
That's Maxime Vanderbeek, and Talon Zoller's just in front of him, still battling it out. He's trying to go to the outside of Vanderbeek, who shuts the door hard on him. This is the German of Vanderbeek, or I'm sorry, Belgian. I always get that wrong. Belgian of Vanderbeek versus the Frenchman of Leclerc. So a bit of a budding European rivalry right there. Leclerc can see 6th now, and then there's 2 spots up ahead of him that they're still battling each other, so it's not completely over yet. He's running those 53-second lap times, but he's got to try to keep hitting his marks and be consistent. And with the pressure from behind out of Vanderbeek, easier said than done as he closes down on Talon Zoller's up ahead of him. Oh, Leclerc getting sideways, and Vanderbeek is just lurking back there. Cash Woods, meanwhile, is trying to close it up on Antonio Velati. Velati sideways in the whoops, still going to go for the Supercross triple. We got a battle for 4th on our hands here, Kalana.
This should get really exciting. I'll see how Cash Woods plays this. Ooh, as he scrubs that really hard, and he does go down.
Oh.
So if you're Velati, you're pretty stoked right now because you do have a pretty big gap. Looks like, is Cash Woods still in 5th? So yeah, a crazy.
Oh, Leclerc was down at the end of the. There's a ton of guys down at the end of the whoops. Whoa.
Looks like
who's sitting in the whoops?
Looks like a bomb site, and they are so far back. If you're Velotti, you are stoked right now. You got a 15-second lead to 5th. So,
yeah.
I mean, really just ride it in. You could double everything and still probably make it. So, if you're Velotti, you're stoked right now.
All these guys back here think it's pretty much over at this point by the looks of it. Vanderbeek just sat there in the whoops for who knows how long, man. He could have lit up a cigarette and finished it before he was out of there. As T-Lang now up into the 2 spots. Siebold leads as the white flag waves. Alec Horn, as you mentioned, Velotti, massive gap. So does he double everything on the last lap? I mean, I would if I were him.
I would double everything. I would double the whoops. I would just do anything to make it in this main, and you really have nothing to lose. I mean, yeah.
So we're going on, we're going on, we're going off. 3-2, so yeah, backs it down a little bit right there. Then we're going to double this.
Oh, that was nice.
Double that.
The little corner slide.
Yeah. Step on, step off.
I would roll this right here, but it looks like he is going to choose a double, and he triples.
Still 3. I guess maybe just trying to not make the weird mistake by overthinking it, as Siebold is going to come on down to the checkered flag, and your 2020 Supercross champion is back in the main event here tonight. He wins the LCQ. Alec Horn, T-Lang, good to go, and Velotti looks like he was just rolling through the whoops to not run into that downed rider. Good on him, though. He's going to finish 10 seconds ahead of 250 West points leader Cash Woods and go to the main event here tonight. Wow. I did not expect Cash Woods to jump up to a 450 and not even make a main event.
Yeah, definitely tough, but it really just goes to show, ooh, did he crash right before? Ooh, he doesn't even make it across the line, so that's not a good look. But, yeah, I mean, it really just goes to show the depth of the 450 class right now and how stacked it is with all the other West guys coming. But there is his competitors that he was really smoking in the 250 class. So yeah, definitely interesting. Yeah, Leclerc not making it. So yeah, it's really stacked 450 class.
A lot of guys down bad out of this LCQ right now. They're going to be upset to go home early. Timmy Briscoe, Vanderbeek, who we already talked a lot about, BAC, O'Brien, J.R. Reyes, Carson West, Evan Ryan, Beelars, Shoei, Isaiah Dickerson. Yeah, this is a tough break for a lot of those guys, but that's why we go racing every week. It is not easy to make these main events in Underground RC Supercross. Case in point, you got a champion in the LCQ, but at least he's able to convert. Jeremy Siebold leads the LCQ pack to the main event here in Arlington. So that will do it for our qualifying races. Now it's time for the 250 main event. And I'm going to put you on the spot here, Kalana Humphrey. We have got 22 riders going to the gate. Space, Jackson, Pilsner, Person, Gummison, Now, Dye, Wells, McIntosh, Chelsea, Moore, Smiley, Wilson, Matherly, Walters, Casella, Nerona, Tharp, Luberta, Crummett, Rich, Holyhead. Who's winning?
It's hard to go with It's hard to not go with the defending champion. He looked really solid. He looked good. Tharp just kind of looked like what he's been doing all season on the 450. Just a lot of mistakes from him. Not looking, the greatest. Spees looked really good too. Maybe he could win the opening round. I mean, besides that, there was nothing really you could do with the other guys. So yeah, I really think the number one's got it.
All right, so you believe it's the one. I have to say that's a tough one to bet against for sure, but there's a lot of guys with talent here tonight trying to do it. Got a question in chat. Chase Donovan Creative says, we want merch. What do you guys want? I've thought about trying to put out shirts that say dualies. The Gamer Corner one would be pretty funny. So yeah, I don't know. Let me know if you guys want merch, what you'd like to see. I don't know that people would buy MX Simulator related t-shirts, but clearly Donovan is interested. So if you want something, let us know. Maybe we'll cook up something. Coop MX says Luberta, or is it, I don't know how to say it. Luberta seems like the way you would say that name, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. What happened to Payson? I don't know, actually. It's a great question for any of the Race Factory crew that's in chat right now. Maybe they could let me know why Payson is not racing tonight. I would assume it's just he chose not to. That's usually what he does.
Someone said ban for hacking.
I'll give you a minute to look at skins if you want. Oh, Luke Chef letting us know. Lou is in Lou Phillips. Nah, it's just Luberta. I like that. It's a cool name.
When are you going to get Big Lou out here. For the booth.
He's not going to come call a race. He has way too much pride to do that. He used to play sim too.
Really?
Yeah.
Big Lou used to play sim.
He did. Yep. He
Wow.
raced amateur races, and then his buddy Sean Ogden, who's now a filmer, who actually was the guy that jumped over Reverend Gordon's bike.
Crazy save he had.
Yeah.
I did see that on Instagram. That was unreal.
So Sean Ogden, way back in the day, used to be a podium guy in EU in this game, and actually raced for Great Britain in the MX Sim of Nations in 2013. So yeah, he's pretty good, or was pretty good, I should say, but they have not played in a long time. All right, let's take a look at some of these kits. I don't know. I mean, this one from Nick Casella is not too shabby. District Boys aren't running anything. I like the Nexus kits. I like that whole setup.
I wonder if does he have Metal Militia on it? There's Metal Militia on all of his kits. If you look in the front, yep.
Yep, and we got the Rockstar Metal Militia kits right there. Looking sharp. Jared Gummison. Just a all black, nice, clean military kit for Boots House. There's another Nexus bike. Jet Holyhead with fills. Never got the Ashika stuff because if you don't send it to me before, I hate having to leave and come back into the server and do all that stuff. Moo Productions with Ryan Rich. Again, very nice. What I will say is, for military appreciation, I feel like it's slowly become everyone just runs like a dark or a black kit with camo.
Yep. There's other ways. There's other ways you could mix it up.
Exactly.
For sure.
Like Honda a few years ago with Sexton, they did a U.S. Navy kit.
That was really cool.
And it was so rad. Like
I liked the
blue and yellow.
It was Jet did it in was it San Diego maybe, where him and Jason got into it. It was almost like a white, like a silver kit. That one was really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, just try something different, I suppose. All right, here we go. Time for the first round of 250 East and MX Simulator. Here we go. Launching into turn number 1. Who gets the stats guy a hole shot? It looks like the one of Matherly's there. Does he get it? Him and Tharp side by side. Braden Tharp gets the stats guy a hole shot, but it's Matherly up the inside in turn 2 to take the lead. Tharp almost loses the front end. Matherly cases the triple. He's going to lose the lead, and he's down. And he's taking a ton of people with him as Tharp goes to the race lead. Kalana, that was a tough break for the one.
That was incredible, and Tharp is getting sketchy in the whoops, and what an opening to this race. That's really who we wanted to see battling. That was almost like a Levi Kitchen Deegan situation. Kind of the two favorites coming into this. And yeah, big upset for Matherly. You know, he was out front, got a little carried away, did the 3 in, didn't get the corner good, cased it. And when you're rolling jumps in the first or second rhythm section on the first lap, that's not where you want to be. Tharp played it safe, doubled in, and now he's in the race lead.
This is a perfect scenario for Braden Tharp, who had a terrible start to his 450 campaign, elected to drop back down and race 250 East, and he's out front early here on the 9. Lawson Dye, fill-in rider for Phils, but he's looking sharp out front here in P2 early on the 472. Jared Gummison for Boots House rounds out our podium spots early, and then Jake Spieth on the 15. What can Spieth do as he's trying to shoot by into this 3 spot early on? Oh, look at this. Gummison gives him enough room that Spieth is able to hold on, but now Spieth's getting sideways, and he's down, and he takes Gummison with him. More riders going down. I think that was that Jaden Wilson that went down on the, Jaden Wilson on the Twizy 259. I also see the one of Matherly. He is buried back here with these guys. Just came up short on the Supercross triple. It is pure chaos back here, Kalana.
What a brake check from him. But yeah, if you are the number 1 of Cade Matherly, this is not where you want to be. It is absolute mayhem back here, and it's just bound to not be a good time with everyone back here. A lot of mistakes going to be happening, and not where you want to start your championship out in the main event for sure.
1E of Matherly, 15th place right now, trying to work with his teammate Jaden Wilson to make some passes, but he is in a world of hurt after starting off with the lead out of turn 2. Case the triple in, making that pass on Tharp, and it has put him well down the order. So Tharp now opens up to a 6-second lead at the front of the field over the 26, Ryan Cheesecake Chowsey, a.k.a. Washed from MX Bikes, the Sunbelt number 26, up into the 2 spot. And remember, he had to go through the LCQ. He hole shot the heat, hole shot the LCQ, finally gets another good start in the main event, and will stay here for now. But
How
long does he last up here? That extra LCQ experience maybe help him out, you think?
I mean, maybe a little bit. It's always nice in sim when you don't want to be in the LCQ, but if you are, it's always nice to get more racing time because it is so limited for these pro guys compared to the AMs and novice. So maybe that did help him a little bit. We did see that, like you mentioned, with Timmy Briscoe in San Diego. He did win the LCQ, and then he did get a podium. So maybe that helped a little bit. But yeah, for Braden Tharp, I mean, you know, it hasn't been a good start to the season in the 450 class, and even in the 250 heat race, it wasn't the best. But this is where it really matters, right? In the 250 class, this is where he has the best chance to win a championship, and he's really getting a good start to it.
Yep.
Fastest lap of the race just now too.
Wow, 53.781. Braden Tharp is on one out front and out to a massive 7.5 second lead. Only 3.5 minutes into this race. This is going to be a long main event for everyone other than Tharp if he is going to stay looking this sharp out at the front of the field. Oh, Spieth up into the 2 spot now, so Chelsea must have made a mistake. Yeah, he was down in that rhythm section back there, so he goes from 2nd back to the 5 spot. Jet Holyhead, Josh Crummett, they both went by. Crummett riding for the Elevation Velocity program up here, and actually closing up on Jet Holyhead. So we got a battle for 3rd brewing as Spieth moves up to 2nd. Holyhead, a former winner in this class as well. So we got 3 different race winners in our podium spots, but they're all chasing Tharp, and they've got a lot of work to do to even try to get there. Oh, man, Holyhead was very nose high exiting those whoops. If you're in Holyhead's position right here, you're 13 seconds off the lead. How much are you just trying to do like your own thing at this point? And if the race comes to you, it does. If it doesn't, you just hold steady.
Yeah, I think if you're in his position right now, you really just got to enter flow state. You just got to do your laps and really just kind of click them off, make your marks, and hit them. I mean, I wouldn't be too focused on the win right now because it is so far away, and you have Braden Tharp who's running fast lap times right now. I think you just kind of keep chipping away in the main event and see how it goes. Kind of just ride your own race, like you mentioned. But looks like Jake Spieth is making time on the number 9 of Braden Tharp.
Yeah, he is actually 53.7 last time by, which identically matched the best lap time that Tharp put down. Oh, and Spieth is he front flipped out of it in the whoops.
What a save! He's had some good saves in those whoops all night long. So
wow. Man, we switched to him just in time to see him going over the bars, switched away and came back to him, landing it as he front flipped out of it. So only lost 2 seconds that lap doing that. It's crazy to think that that's what the lap times were, but we'll go on board them here for a second. Where do you think you're able to even gain time on this track? Because it's kind of crazy to see a 2 second difference in lap times.
I think you really can't. I think where you can gain time is just being mistake-free and hitting the whoops really good. I think that's really going to be the difference maker all night for the 250 classes. Hitting all the rhythms good, getting this 3 in right here, and then hitting the whoops good. Besides that, you can't really rush it too much or else things can start to unfold. These transitions are a little bit different and really peaky. So I think, yeah, just try to stay as consistent as possible and make it through these whoops as he gets a little front and light right there.
Man, this one looks like a burner, though. I wonder what the time is going to be because he was on his horse. 53.742, but what's insane is it was a 10th slower than Braden Tharp out front. 53.656, new fastest lap of the race. Once again, Tharp lays it down. And man, oh man, every single time it seems like these guys might have an answer for him. He answers right back, and he has come ready to play for this 250 East title fight here in 2026. Although a little mistake right there. 10-second lead right now. Does he think at this point in time as we approach the halfway point, is there a management mode in play here, or is it just keep charging and hope you get a bigger gap?
I think really you want to just keep in that management mode as we're getting into lap riders, right? You just want to really stay focused, and you don't want to make any mistakes. You really just want to hit your marks, get through the lap riders right, because, I mean, it is a pretty big gap to Spieth still, 11 seconds. So, I mean, Spieth could run into the same problem, right? So I think it's just getting through these lap riders really clean is going to be the biggest part of this race right now.
Yeah, and lapper is always a bit of a daunting task, especially as we see how many of them are down or making mistakes in front of Tharp. You could be playing it pretty safe and still have a mistake as he hits the inside pole with his head and has a legs-off crash. It's going to be a short one because he immediately landed on the ground, but he'll get up only a few seconds now ahead of Spieth, who comes into our picture in the background. So it goes from 12 seconds almost down to about 4.2, and suddenly Tharp is in a bit of danger here for the first time at the halfway point.
Yeah, definitely. And it's funny to see as Tharp was down, you could see the 1E of Cade Matherly down completely. They started the exact same, and it's crazy to see how, their races unfolded. And as a lap rider almost kills Tharp, cartwheeling past him around the outside. That's what I'm saying, man. These lap riders, that's really going to be the biggest key, and can't make mistakes like he did before. But luckily, he did have a pretty good lead and had a nice buffer.
They can come from every which direction. They can come from different lanes of the racetrack if they're crashing awkwardly enough. And Tharp so far has survived all the weird barrage of attacks, but now does he go to a different line? Still right back to that inside rut around the pole where he just had a mistake that cost him a boatload of time last time by. That's maybe a little bit of confidence coming through, or maybe it's just doing the same thing over and over again and hoping for a different result in Tharp's case here. Again, more lappers will be down in the whoops in front of him, so how does he play this? He's charging into him, and they were fortunately not in the way once he got going there, but now a 4.6 second lead. Still not much time being ate into the race leader as Spieth once again blows the triple out to 6.2.
Yeah, I think that's just a difference. Spieth just has a little bit more mistakes, and I think if you're one of these guys too, and there's lap riders ahead of you, it's really important when you hit that rhythm section. You just take a glance over to see the whoop section, to really even just pregame what you're about to do in the whoops. See what line you want to take. If you need to cut under more, if you need to stay wider, to really just not get into those lap riders and down.
Yeah, speaking of lap riders, it's still Tharp dealing with a load of them. He just got by 2 more. Looks like Lawson Dye was one of them. And he's not that far away from lapping Cade Matherly with the way things are going, which is insane that those two started out of turn number 2, battling for the lead. And there it is. He is on the 1, and the 1 almost takes him with him as he goes through the whoop sideways. Man, we really thought this would be a battle for the lead. In turn, it is the 1E of Matherly going a lap down here. That one is going to sting, Kalana, if you're coming in as the defending champion to get lapped in the first race of the season.
Yeah, not a good look, not what you want to do. And I think if you're Matherly, you just kind of try and get a toe from him. Obviously, people are going to be getting out of the way for Tharp. So maybe that's a way you could use it to your advantage and get into a better finish. It's just all going to depend on how Tharp rides and what his speed is and how far ahead he gets see what position Matherly, and maybe he can unlap himself on the last lap. Who knows? But really just kind of get a toe from him was what I would be really focusing on right now.
This type of ride is why Tharp is a champion in the 250 class, reigning 250 West Series champion from last year, and of course also backed it up outdoors as well. Tried to make it a name for himself in the 450 class, but thought better of it. Get a little bit more experience in that 250 class, and so far so good. A little bit of a mistake. Oh! Gets whipped into by Matherly, and they just bounce off each other and land upright. That was just pure luck that neither of them went down, but now he's got to get around him again. That's Timur right there in front of him.
Yeah, Timur, I would get out of the way. Maybe he will. Who knows? He kind of lets him have a line, but doesn't do it all the way. Okay, he goes to the outside. Let's Tharp by, and it's really interesting to see what Tharp's going to do with Matherly, because that was...
Matherly down in front of him, and Tharp has to square underneath and double in. So, doubling here, doubling there, doubling there. We're 2-ing all the way through the rhythm section. This is what lappers can cause you to do, is just a nightmare of mistakes.
He has a pretty big buffer to Spieth, as Timur did just pass the reigning defending champion, so that is recorded to Timur. I would play that. No, it looks like Spieth has also been making a lot of mistakes. So if you're Tharp, I mean, really nothing to really worry about. He has a 10-second lead, and we only have 3 minutes left.
Yep, so time is running down slowly here. Spieth is now in all of that lap traffic that Tharp just made it by, but Spieth just goes 53.453 for the new fastest lap of the race late in this one, so he's back on his horse. And you never know, a late crash from Tharp could really open this thing back up, as Matherly going to get lapped by Spieth as well. Here's Ryan Chelsea, who is still holding on for third and keeping Spieth in his sights up ahead. Also, Jed Holyhead not too far behind these guys, holding on for a strong fourth. So this could come down to a late charge out of any of these guys, trying to get up into a better position on the podium. If not, still have a shot at winning this thing, if Tharp is to have another mistake out front.
Yeah, totally. And Spieth is his...
this time it doesn't work.
this has really been his Achilles heel, is this section right here, the whoops. He's gotten lucky the last couple times and kind of flipped his way out, but this is really what's really biting him, and what Tharp is doing a really good job, and that's why Tharp has a 16-second lead now.
Yep. So, wow, and Spieth picked it up still in second. I thought he was going to get past, but Chelsea went by him and must have crashed again. So it's 16-second lead for Tharp now. I don't know what's happening. These guys are making so many mistakes late in this race. Hey, here's a name we haven't talked about much in this race. He has charged his way forward in this one. Very nice ride so far for Rogan McIntosh up into 4th place. Remember, he had to go to the LCQ here tonight, similar to some other faces we're seeing near the front. And maybe that extra track time paid off. I don't know what it is, but good turnaround ride for him to be 4th place in this race.
Yeah, definitely. Is he running dirty tires?
Yeah, actually, I forgot about to mention that. Someone sent me dirty tires to use, which obviously Sim doesn't get dirt on the tires. So he started with those. It was dirty to begin with, but I like it. It's a cool look.
It's a nice touch. Timur always brags about it to me on Discord, how his bikes are dirty for outdoors. They did that on purpose. But it's a nice touch that Nexus does. I will give him credit where credit's due.
Yep. So McIntosh in 4th. Frank Jackson looking to round out the top 5 here tonight, if not maybe steal a late race. 4th place out of McIntosh up ahead of him. And speaking of stealing something, Elliott Person trying to get up there and steal a top 5 away from Frank Jackson late. He is on the charge right now as well. 55.6 last time by, was a second faster than Frank ahead of him. So he's actually pushing Frank up there. And a mistake. Jackson a little bit wayward at the end of that rhythm section. In Person to the inside, jumps up into 5th place. And that is exactly what we saw in this 250 class all night long, as Person goes over the bars just after he makes that pass. And he's going to lose several positions, man. That is tough to go from trying to get into 5th place to falling all the way back to 9th in the blink of an eye.
Not what you want to do. Not sure if he tried to do a handy dip too much or what the deal was there. Kind of just looked like he seat-bounced a little too hard, and you just get one of those bad kicks, and really nothing you can do about it. He can shift up to 5th and try and do what Hymas did, but it can only work for so much, as he makes another mistake in the whoops. But, yeah, looks like Tharp still 19 seconds he's pulled that gap to, and yeah, really just controlling the race. And I could not be further wrong with my prediction I made before the main event. It's actually on the complete opposite way, as Cade Madley's in 14th, and Tharp is, lapped him and pretty much left him.
Yeah, Tharp is just in a different zip code right now, and we're still keeping a keen eye on this battle for 2nd place. Spieth is holding it, but the lappers are in his way a little bit. Oh, and he cased a triple hard, and then almost gets into that same lapper. They're just toying with him a little bit, and that's allowing Chelsea into the picture here.
And it's final lap 2, so this will be a final lap battle. These lappers need to move. You gotta realize there's a race. There's a race to be raced before them, and they just need to get out of the way. And yeah, it would be really cool if these lappers would get out of the way, and they made a mistake in front of them. And yeah, Spieth is way out front, but it looks like is Tharp about to cross the finish line?
Yes, here it is. First win of 2026. Braden Tharp picks up the win to kick off 250 East here in Arlington. A basically lights to flag victory. He hole shot the race, took the lead going into turn 3 after Matherly crashed it away, and pretty much never gave it back. Jake Spieth through the whoops will survive. Chelsea is right there, but I think is going to fall just short as Spieth gets through the final corner, jumps to the finish line. Spieth 2nd, Chelsea 3rd, but cheesecake on the box here at the first round. And Ben Nerona, who has had a very up and down night, is going to sneak into 4th here late around McIntosh. No, sorry, McIntosh was ahead of him, but then goes down on a lapper. Jackson up the inside trying to steal 5th from him, gets it, and then he gets ran into the back of by one of, was that Holyhead?
Yes, it was Holyhead.
Yes.
Unfortunate situation, and Pilsner sneaks up, and yeah, those big collision on the lip of the finish line. But yeah, these lappers are ruthless, and it's even going to get worse for the 450s. Shout out Tharp, really good race.
Very good race. 23-second advantage at the flag. McIntosh leaps up to 6th after he crossed the line, I believe, in 8th. And Pilsner, who crossed the line right behind him, 7th. Jed Holyhead 8th. Luberta 9th. And Elliott Person rounds out our top 10 when all is said and done. But of course, it is Tharp who gets the job done to kick off 250 East for 2026. and 26. And there you get a look at what the points look like after round number 1 of 250 East. Tharp, Spieth, Chelsea, Nerona, and Jackson, your top 5 heading into Daytona next week. All right, so that is the 250 main done and dusted. One more race to go tonight. It's the 450 class. And look, if you go back to the heat races, they told a story that maybe, just maybe, the best riders in the world right now are going to struggle on this racetrack tonight. Seth Carr, bad start, took him a while to get going. Braden Carter, terrible start, charged in late. Colby Eaglin, very up and down heat race, does make it in, but was almost LCQ bound at one point. We're missing the stars along the lines of Alexis Leclerc tonight, who didn't even make it in. So do we have a new winner here tonight, Kalana? Does someone else jump up to the top?
We definitely could. It's going to be interesting. Obviously, a big jump from 6 minutes to 20 minutes in the 450 class compared to the heat race to the main event. But really cool. I think it will make a difference seeing all these 250 West guys racing the 450 class. It'll definitely mix it up a little bit, but it's really tough to say. Is it going to stop Seth Carr or a Braden Carter or a Seth Shirley? That's going to be interesting, but I think it'll make it way more fun to watch for sure.
Your heat winners tonight, in case you were not with us earlier on this evening, Wyatt Grant picked up the win in 450 heat number 1, and Walter Gebhardt followed suit in 450 heat number 2, got the dub done over there. So again, a bit unfamiliar faces. We know Wyatt Grant's been battling for wins in 250 West, but can he get the job done on a 450? We are about to find out. Walter Gebhardt, it's been a while since he's been in the winner's circle as well. Could he break through? There is a lot of names going to the gate that believe that round 7 of Underground RC Supercross is where they will break through. And we'll see whether or not that turns out to be true or not. 20 minutes plus a lap is what these guys will face. We'll take a look at some of the kits real quick, see if there's any ones that are jumping off the page to us. Again, most of the 450 guys, they got their season-long stuff. Nothing really crazy.
Sunbelt does a good job.
Yeah, I like the Sunbelt stuff. I like that. I like the gear. Like, the whole gear together looks great. The bike, obviously, with it looks good too, but definitely like the gear. Of course, the Nexus Yamahas, we've already seen them in the 250 class. Do the 250s look better than the 450s with the white plates?
I don't know. Black plates look really cool, but white plates it seems so prestige, right? But I will say, I feel like the 250 class has done better with military appreciation. I do appreciate Alec Horn's kit though, because it is, we got blue in there, which is you don't get that a lot for the military appreciation. So
yeah, it's a nice setup for sure. John Hyam in there, Braden Carter, a couple of the names we've already seen going through here. How about Luke Sullivan or maybe Seth Shirley, the JIBR.co teammates, looking for their first wins of the season here tonight. Jeremy Schiabro jumping up from 250 West. He's trying to get the job done. Bodie Parker is also here for Yogi, so we'll see.
Reminds me of J Coop.
Yeah, 32 machine on the 450 here tonight. Does he jump the whoops?
I don't think he will be jumping the whoops tonight. I really hope they make the whoops kind of jumpable for Indy though. I always like how they mess with that. I mean, a lot of good guys end up skimming him, but there's a jump line. But maybe we'll see him jumping it there for sure.
Yes, sir. All righty, folks. Round 7 of Underground RC Supercross live here on Start Your Systems. Kellen Brower, Kalana Humphrey in the booth, calling the action here tonight. This is going to get good. It's a Wild West showdown at Jerry's World. Round 7 of this championship is ready to commence. 30 board to sideways. Revs are up. Gate is down. We're off and running. Who gets the stats guy hole shot? It's a land rush, and I think it's Joey Carter from midfield as a lot of the favorites are down. Stats guy hole shot. Joey Carter on the 20 is out front in the 450 main event, and he's going to get a big lead out of turn 2 with that triple in. 20 out front, Schiabro and Bodie Parker. It's a 250 West parade at the front here in the 450s at Arlington.
Arguably the most famous MX Simulator creator is out front. I know the Dew Army has, I don't even know if it's called the Dew Army, but they got to be stoked. Is that Schiabro in second?
It is, yep.
And Bodie Parker. So the top 3 is in fact 250 West guys, which is really cool to see. Tyler Lang in 5th place from the LCQ. This is exciting. Bummer about the whole, pretty much the contenders going down in the first corner, but really I'm being completely honest, really makes for good racing for these 20 minutes. It's definitely not going to get boring.
Yeah, this is going to be insane. Braden Carter 21st, Seth Carr 19th. They have so much work to do as these guys out front get some time in the limelight. This could end up being a straight up 250 West riders only showdown to try to win this race with the way things are going. You got this 4-rider train at the front that's breaking away pretty nicely, and the gaps are opening up. Tyler Lang in 5th, Wyatt Grant in 6th. Remember, he won the heat race earlier tonight. How does he fare from that position, as we'll continue to track the progress of your points leader on the 6 and the 4-time Supercross champion on the 2. The defending champion Colby Eaglin went down. He's 21st as well. This is going to be absolutely insane to see their charge through, but they're still all chasing Joey Carter. So what does Carter do from here? Do you think he's able to establish this lead and hold it, or is Schiabro going to come with him?
I don't know. I mean, if you're him, you got to be thinking, right, these are pretty familiar faces out front, so I really think you just need to keep doing what you're doing. It looks like it's right, but man, that line that Schiabro does is so sick. The double across the corner into the triple, he makes a little bit of time, and man, Schiabro for an older gentleman looks spicy, but then he does get that front end tuck right there, and it looks like the number 32 gets around him, Bodie Parker, and then Alec Horn's right behind him.
Oh, and then Horn got into the back tires of Schiabro, who just made a mess of that rhythm section and goes down. So there we go. These guys already getting into each other just a little bit. Bodie Parker up into second place on the 32. Did a gear change between the parade lap and the main event right there. Look at that. He was running that kind of like neon blue kit and goes with the blue and orange for the main event. It's working well for him, though. He is running Joey Carter down for the race lead.
Yeah, it's crazy. The top 4 now is 250 West riders, and man, they
Carter mistake getting sideways.
Saves it.
Got to roll in right here. Is this the lead for Bodie Parker to the inside? He's side by side with him, and he's going to take the lead. Bodie Parker to the front here in Arlington.
What a great battle. This is really fun to watch. Good to see some familiar or new faces in the 450 class out front. And yeah, they kind of running away with it. Yeah, 52s from both ends, and it's kind of the faster laps on the track, except Shirley did run a 52 also. But they're kind of breaking away the top 2 over Schiabro and Wyatt. So yeah, I'm really excited how this battle unfolds. We'll see.
Leaders breaking away a little bit. Of course, Seth Shirley, as you mentioned, kind of the dark horse at the moment right now. 6th place on the track. 52.4 was his the new fastest lap of the race the time before, but then last time by he goes 52.5, so he is certainly in the mix at the front here. He's only 5.5 seconds off the race lead as Parker and Carter still going at it. Oh, a mistake as Schiabro gets wide. Wyatt Grant goes by up into the 3 spots. Siebold to 4th, and now some mistakes again for Schiabro, allowing Shirley into the mix. There's T-Lang on the 5. Man, Schiabro, I feel bad for him because he's just kind of getting swallowed up here a little bit with all these mistakes, but he's just doing this to himself.
Yeah, I mean, it's really tough. One thing you don't want to do, if you make one mistake, don't want to keep making more, especially in this 450 class. If you just keep making more mistakes, you are going to get swallowed up. These guys are too good to be doing that. So bummer to see Schiabro. Hopefully he can bring it back, but Dooley's on the finish line, and really cool to see these guys battling up front.
This is a fantastic battle for the lead only 4 minutes into this race as Joey Carter has caught Bodie Parker once again. And now they're set to battle it out with Wyatt Grant closing down in 3rd. Siebold, Schiabro, Shirley, Lang, Deering, they're still all in a freight train behind him. Oh, man, this race is turning out fantastic so far. Seth Carr, new fastest lap of the race, jumps up to 12th with a 51.914. And look at Bodie Parker taking an opposite line right there. Actually gives him a little bit of breathing room on Joey Carter. So now we're starting to see a bit of that chess match in play here where lose some time here, but it gains you back at the end of the section. Carter almost thought he was going to have a pass, and Parker pulls back away.
Yeah. Oh, and Wyatt Grant hammers the whoops into the... Does he transfer?
Oh, and he landed it. Gets back on the track right in front of Siebold. What a save by Wyatt Grant.
And whoever set that suspension up, W's in the chat, because he just went the Supercross triple to flat and did not get legs. But looks like Siebold is coming up, and we haven't really seen this from Siebold out front in the main event, so that is good to see, and he's into the number 3 spot.
Wow, Siebold, it's been a while since we've seen him win a 450 main event out of the 2020 champ, but won the LCQ tonight and comes out firing in this one. He's up to 3rd around Wyatt Grant as we peek back up to the race leaders. Joey Carter starting to lose the touch of Bodie Parker just a little bit now. We are yet to even see the 6-minute mark of this race, and still so much has already happened. Meanwhile, New fastest lap, 51.835. Braden Carter in 16th place is laying it down. That is a pure lap of frustration back there as those guys are trying to get back into the picture of this. Seth Carr up into 11th now, right behind Seth Shirley, who had a bad lap last time by. I wonder if he went down. Man, this is all breaking down for the favorites in this series as Seabolt has gotten up into, we saw him get around Wyatt Grant. He's closing, though, quickly on Joey Carter. 52-1 last time by, fastest of the front group.
Yeah, it kind of seems like tonight the trend is if you win the LCQ or if you're in the LCQ, you're going to be out front. And we're seeing a lot of fire from Seabolt that I don't think we've seen this year. So really cool to see him out front, and he really is catching the riders. Oh, looks like that was
where's Joey Carter?
Joey Carter goes down.
Yeah, he made a mistake. I don't know if he went down or not because he only lost about 6 seconds, but Seabolt goes by. He's bringing Wyatt Grant with him, who's absolutely ripping on the 27 right now, giving Seabolt everything he can handle, and now these two have clear track to work with as they try to close the gap down onto Bodie Parker. 3-second lead for Parker on the 32. Let's go on board with Wyatt Grant because this battle for second's heating up again.
Yeah, this battle for second is heating up, and I have a really good feeling it's about to be a battle for first too. So this is gonna get really interesting. And yeah, this is what I like about this round is seeing all the West guys hop onto a 450, and really in sim, the 450 is just way easier to ride, and you can just not do as much. And Wyatt Grant goes down as we say that. That's not good. We'll see who will pass him for the number 3 spot. Looks like Sully's up to 4th.
Yep, there is Joey Carter's there. The 11. Joey Carter, as you mentioned right there, the 36 of Schiabro still back there. And then behind them is Padani as well. Padani triples onto the tough blocks and goes down. So Carr and Shirley, who are at the tail end of this freight train, have gotten by. They are 6th and 7th respectively. They still have a shot at winning this main event with how close it is. They're only 12 seconds off the lead. Up the inside, Schiabro goes down. Carr through the middle is trying to get by Wyatt Grant and Joey Carter. They're throwing Trileys over the finish line jump with how close it is. Grant's trying to get Carter. Carr is dealing with heat from Shirley. Look at this battle right now as they're battling it out for 4th place.
This is a
Joey Carter lays it down.
Pile up.
And Carr lays into him. Shirley gets 3 for the price of 1. He goes up into 4th place. What is happening in this 450 race?
He gets a BOGO +1. Unreal racing. And I have a good feeling that Shirley and Carr are going to be catching up into that top 3 battle, maybe for the win. I mean, we have 11 minutes to go still, and that's what's so good about this 450 class.
Oh, man, Wyatt Grant a little bit short on that triple in, but able to salvage it nicely. He's going back to work on Shirley.
I think Sully went down, too.
Oh, yeah,
so
Sully down.
Yeah, it looks like Shirley's into 3rd now, and it's already a battle for the top 3.
Wow.
Unreal racing, and this just keeps getting crazier.
Cross jump with Seabolt or Schiabro, and Sully goes down twice. He goes from a podium to outside of the top 10 in the blink of an eye. Meanwhile, up front, Bodie Parker is still leading this race as we crest past 9 minutes into this thing. Wait a minute, Seabolt, where did he go? Oh, no, he's right there. Okay, sorry, I thought I missed him. The lappers were at play right there, but Parker and Seabolt are gone suddenly. 14 seconds at the front over Shirley. This might be between the two of them in the second half of this race if they can stay on 2 wheels.
Yeah, they really do, because one mistake, if they make one mistake or two a lap, like 14 seconds, they could really still pull this off. But man, Seth Carr and Shirley are so good. As Shirley runs the fastest lap of the race, and Carr makes a mistake. Yeah, 51, or no, sorry. He did run the fastest lap, but not last lap. But still, really impressive. And these are pretty much the 2 fastest riders of the series. So we will see how they do. But yeah, good to see Seabolt and Bodie Parker really going at it.
I mean, just shows you the difference as well. Carr and Carter started together in this race. Carr is up to 4th. Braden Carter still 15th, and that has been the detriment of someone like Carter, who, when he gets a golden opportunity served on his platter, he can't take advantage of it. Bodie Parker almost tripled into the tough blocks right there. Seabolt, wonder if he's sensing an opportunity. We're past the halfway point in this race. Seabolt knows how to win these 450 mains. Oh, man, both of them got sideways in the whoops. Seabolt gets whipped on by a lapped rider who jumps out of the way. That's Dylan Dallaire, I believe, on the 12. Very nicely done for him. Bodie Parker also gets by a lapped rider. I believe that was Antonio Vellotti going a lap down. If you're Parker here, the heart rate has to be starting to spike a little bit. You're in the second half of a 450 main event still leading this thing.
Yeah, this is unreal performance by Bodie Parker. And even if he doesn't win this thing, this is still an incredible ride by him. to lead 450 laps or even a 450 main event past halfway, that is an incredible accomplishment as Eaglin goes down being lapped, kind of messes up Siebel. And yeah, for Bodie Parker, man, hats off to him because this has been an unreal ride.
By the way, we talked about how Carter, I should say, and Eaglin were really blowing this, and obviously Eaglin just went a lap down, so that's a tough break for him. But speaking of blowing it, Seth Carr has really rolled up the windows the last couple of laps. He was in the fight for third. He's all the way back to ninth. He ran a 110.2 last time by, while everyone's still down in the 52s, 53 second range. So it must have been 2 fall-off crashes for the price of 1 for Seth Carr last time by. Going to have Johnny Padani breathing down his neck before long, but he's got a long ways to go to get to Gebhardt. Joey Carter's still up here. Schiabro inside of, he's 6th now. Lang is running in the top 5. Grant still 4th. Shirley running in the 3 spot, 12 seconds off the lead. I just don't want to miss what happens out front because Bodie Parker is leading this thing, and I have to imagine the pressure is wearing on him a little bit at this stage of the race with the former champion of the series behind him.
Yeah, this is absolutely gnarly, and this really goes to show even the good guys are making mistakes here as he lifts the front up a little bit, but that's the nice thing about the 450. It is easier to correct those mistakes. But man, this got to be the most physically, or sorry, not physically, but it has to be the most demanding track of the season, and it really shows how Bodie's really handling it, and it's really impressive.
Yeah, and Carr back to 9th. Carter up to 12th. He's only 11 seconds behind Carr on the track, so we'll keep that battle in mind, of course, from championship implications as your red plate holders having a rough one here in Arlington. And Parker just still hitting his marks out front. The lap traffic going to keep coming into play. Next up, Spencer Turley on the 67 machine. Let's see how he's able to get by him. And then a few others just in front of that as Siebold is just lurking back there. 2 seconds, 3 seconds back. Just not letting Bodie Parker go as he continues to have the race of his life out front, getting through the whoops clean.
Wow.
I'll tell you, the best thing for Parker right now is going to be the fact that those whoops are getting worn down because he doesn't have to stress about it every lap of trying to make it through. They're getting easier lap after lap.
Yeah, you don't got to stress about the whoops, but you do got to stress about the guy in front of you, and that is Spencer Turley. We'll see how he decides to play this lap rider situation. Kind of ironic. He did get the number 67. It's pretty funny guy to get that number. So yeah.
Worked out for him. Obviously, Turley, what's up, my dudes? Hanging out all the time with good vibes and good races usually, but right now a struggle bus for him on this racetrack as he's still running down in the 14 position. So Siebold lapped Eaglin. Eaglin just trying to latch on to him and go with him. 15th place for the defending champ. Again, another terrible race. And then Shirley, 12 seconds back in 3rd. So could he be a late factor for this win? You just never know. Wyatt Grant's still only 2 seconds behind him. He would love to have something to say about it as well. Any one of these guys thinks that if something happens late, this is their opportunity to win this main event. But they're still all chasing Bodie Parker. He's still doing the deed out front. And we're down Kelowna to what is basically a heat race remaining. 6 minutes plus a lap to go. And if you're Bodie Parker, that's going to be a welcome sight to think about because if you can just make it through a heat race in the lead, you could win a main event.
Definitely, but he is making some mistakes. The gap has gone from 3 seconds to 2 seconds. And he does have the number 67 in front of him, which he plays a really respectful, lets him by. And the E-Road is honestly working out to his favor now. The track is getting easier. The lines, there's more lines. The berms are getting steeper. The whoops are getting easier. And I think you really just got to bring it home. You really just can't think about winning or anything. You just got to think about putting your laps down. But Siebel is eating that lead away. And Siebel obviously has won. He is your 2020 champion. So he's been in this position before. It looks like Eaglin is lashing on the back of him, and Shirley's just kind of staying 11, 12 seconds behind him, so not much he can do there.
Yeah, Shirley's lap times are very competitive, by the way. 52.5 late in the race, one of the fastest on the track up in the leaders group. And, I mean, gosh, Wyatt Grant's going with him as well. 2.2 second gap between Siebold to Parker, but less than a second right now. Well, a second and a half, I should say, between Wyatt Grant and, Shirley, as Wyatt Grant goes down, he went for kind of a half check up at the quad and cased it and went down hard. I don't think he even lost a spot. He didn't. He got going before Gebhardt got there. So how about that? Meanwhile, Seabolt has got this thing down under 2 seconds for the race lead. We're down to 4.5 to go plus a lap. And look at Parker squaring off underneath the lapped riders. Seabolt able to get around them a little bit cleaner. Oh, man, this is get nervous time for Bodie Parker. How much do you even know that, he's getting close? Is someone telling him, you think? Is the pit board showing him? Is he even paying attention to that at this point?
I don't know. I would believe Bodie Parker would have spotters for this race on a Discord. Maybe they're, giving him comms on that, or he's just looking at the pit board. Who knows? But, I mean, you got to know. As a racer, you're looking, when you're going around the corner, you're looking to see, as he gets a weird kick off that, you got to know he's behind you. You just got to not really think about it and just keep focusing on yourself and putting good laps in together as he overjumps that triple and doesn't get the 3-3-1. As you can see, Seabolt just starting to come in the frame closer and closer, inching away, as Bodie likes to wheelie out of that whoop section. A little risky, over jumps the thing, and yeah, Seabolt just looks a little bit more solid right now.
Yeah, Seabolt maybe has this track slightly more put together in the late stages as Parker cases the finish line jump. It is coming down to the flag for this one. Parker looking for his first career main event win here in Underground RC Supercross, whereas Seabolt, I think it's in the 20s. He's third all time on the wins list, I'm pretty sure. And, look at this to the inside. Quads up the inside to pass Bodie Parker for the race lead. And for the first time in this main event in several laps, we have a new leader. It's Seabolt to the front. Can Bodie Parker respond?
I feel like Bodie Parker will fight back, but, man, what a move. And really, it's the mistakes. And, yeah, Seabolt is just a solid, put-together guy. Obviously, your 2020 champion, and he's kind of just more solid right now, but he kind of gets offline in the whoops, gets a weird kick. And I don't expect him to pull away that much. I think maybe this is almost a wake-up call to Bodie Parker and kind of fires him back up because he's not really letting him get away.
Yeah, I wonder if Parker can sit behind him and kind of learn something, or does he just go right for the pass again? Look at the run he's got trying to get down this start straight. Does he square him up to go to the inside for a main event win? You'd take anybody out, I feel like, if you're Bodie Parker. Does he take out Jeremy Seabolt to try to get this done? Turnabout's fair play with that. Seabolt could obviously get it right back to him if he misses on the block pass or anything along those lines. But so far, good square racing between the two of them. 2 minutes to go in this race, plus a lap. Little mistake from Parker, mistakes from Seabolt. Lap traffic to come in play here. Oh, man, Seabolt a little bit short on that triple in. Oh, look at this. Parker triples. Doesn't get close enough just yet, but it's not over.
Wow, what a race we have, and I think this is who we least expected to be the battle for the win. Unreal racing, and what a track it's been. It's unreal. Seth Shirley, one of the fastest in the game, isn't gaining on him that much, and we'll have 1.5 minutes to go. Man, for this to finish as your top two, definitely not what you would think coming into this race.
Not at all. This has been a fantastic battle between the two of them, respectful as it has been. What happens if they get into each other? Like you said, Shirley just 9 seconds back, licking his chops, hoping something happens. A little mistake right there from Seabolt. Bodie Parker in and out of the tough blocks, back into the race lead here in Arlington. A late change to the lead as they both jump over a down-lapped rider, and Parker's out front once again. He goes a little long on the triple and comes up short on the next one. Seabolt gets back by. Parker falls back in line. Back and forth we go.
Man, what a race. This is by far one of the best races of the season.
Oh, Parker jumping off the track. Got to get corralled back underneath of him. Doesn't lose too much time.
Yeah, as time ticks, it's about 45 seconds, so really 2 laps to go. We will be deciding the winner of the race, and this is unreal racing that we have tonight.
Seabolt looking for his first win in a long time, and I'm sure iMoto in chat's going to let me know how long it has been. I think it's been over 2 years since Seabolt's last main event win in the 450 class, but Parker wants this first career win so badly, he's going to push him to the very end, and lappers will still be in play because they're going down up ahead of him. Oh, man, this could get good as Parker shorts that triple a little bit. Seabolt's not going to be out of the water just yet. He shorts that triple, comes up short again.
Big mistake.
A lot of time lost. Here comes Bodie Parker. Does he go for the lead right here? No, he sits behind him. Okay, white flag coming out this time by. What's going to happen? Parker into the triple, almost goes over the bars. Almost lands on Seabolt. White flag in the air here at Arlington. Here we go.
What a battle that they got going on. This is unreal. I really hope the lap riders get out of the way up ahead. Seabolt kind of gains on him, and this is unreal. Low-key speechless. This is probably one of the greatest MX simulators I've ever seen. Not a lot of mistakes from the guys.
Siebold, mistake, and Parker almost quads onto him. Doubles to the inside for the race lead on the last lap. Bodie Parker takes it over, and Siebold makes a mistake. Parker 2 over 3-1 into the corner. How does he fare in this rhythm section? Oh, he triples in off the rut, and it's clean. Triple single through here. He's good. Has to have a clean run in the whoops. Up on top of him, and he's good. Up over the Supercross triple as Siebold still dealing with lappers in the background. First career main event win. Arlington Supercross goes to Bodie Parker.
What a race. Shout out Bodie Parker and Siebold. That was probably one of the greatest MX simulators I've ever watched, and honored to even call. That was unreal. I mean, for Bodie Parker, that has to be like a dream race. Like,
wow.
the level that those guys were going on. I mean, they went how many laps without crashing? Maybe the whole main event, right?
Yeah.
Siebold and Bodie Parker, to be able to put 20 minutes without crashing in a track like this is unbelievable. So yeah, that was an amazing race. I'm speechless.
What a race indeed. Shirley wraps up the podium, by the way. Carr got all the way back to 6th. Schiabro ends up 7th. Sully 8th. Padani 9th. And Wyatt Grant, a little mistake there at the flag. Did he just cost himself a top 10? No, he still ends up in 10th. T-Lang 11th. Eaglin 12th. He got Carter in the end, who ends up 13th in this race and ran a 50.445 late in this one as well. Points as they run show Seth Carr has really opened this thing up. 155 to 131, 24-point lead in the championship heading to Daytona, where Carter has struggled in the past. Man, oh man, what a blown opportunity for Braden Carter, but what a win for Bodie Parker. Yogi on top in Arlington. Absolutely insane, Kalana. It's amazing.
Yeah, that was my heart rate was racing on that on that last lap. I don't think I've ever been so excited about a video game, let alone a video game race. So yeah, full credit to Bodie Parker. That was an unreal race. Not a lot of mistakes by him at all, and no crashes, no legs. That is unreal to do in a track like this tonight.
Wow, what a race. What a race indeed. We'll jump back in studio with you guys. Kellen Brower and Kalana Humphrey on the call for that one. Doesn't get much better than that. You want to see these races go down to the flag, and like you said, man, two guys that stayed on two wheels a lot of the race. It was clean, it was respectful racing, and I think Siebold at the end of the race had to tip his cap on that one.
Yeah, definitely. If you're Siebold, can you even really be that frustrated? Obviously, you want to win, but having a battle like that, I mean, there was plenty of moments that Bodie Parker could have just cleaned him out, but he didn't. He chose to stay respectful. And yeah, that was unbelievable racing. You don't really see those kind of races in sim very often.
Yeah, and obviously a massive congratulations for Parker to pick up his first career main event win and do it in that fashion. That's one he will hold on to for a long time, and he should, man. It's hard to win these races. It's hard to be good at MXM in the first place, let alone go 20 minutes plus a lap with a defending champion or a former champion, I should say, on your hip the entire race. Man, honestly, I'm actually surprised this track delivered because we saw so many mistakes throughout the heat races, the LCQs and everything like that. I was kind of worried we might get a snoozer with so many crashes at play, but those guys absolutely delivered the goods.
Yeah, I think especially in the 450 class, I mean, it's a little bit easier to not make those mistakes, especially in the whoops, but with the longer moto too, I think the E-Road really helped in that, not make it so crazy towards the end. And yeah, as people say, that race was absolutely cinema. It was unreal. Yeah. Probably one of the greatest MX Simulator races for sure. Just skill-wise, that was unreal.
Yeah, that's crazy. I got an update in chat, by the way. iMoto said that their consistency was both sub-1, which means the deviation from all of their lap times combined, the deviation was less than 1 second apart. So that's kind of crazy for both of them. Insane stuff. Yeah, iMoto said he doesn't even know if we've ever seen two sub-1 for standard deviation, but incredible race. I'm glad that you got to be in the studio to call a race like that, because I feel like a Triple Crown, we did get a couple of good races, but an all-timer race, and you're here for it, man.
Yeah, cool. I'm so stoked, and then just honored to call a race like this. That was unbelievable. Yeah, kind of speechless about it. That was pretty crazy.
Well, I'm sure Bodie Parker's speechless about it as well. He's probably still shaking, and on a night when a lot of guys threw their controllers across the room, he probably just set it down and walked away from the keyboard a little bit happy about what just happened. I mean, I don't know what to say, because I never did win a 450 race of that caliber. I did win a moto, but for me, I just don't think I could ever understand the feeling that Bodie Parker's going through right now. So many congratulations to him. Of course, congratulations Tharp in 250 West, and we're off, or in 250 East. We're off and running in this 250 East Championship. Any takeaways from round one that we should be aware of heading into Daytona for 250 East, you think?
I don't really know. I mean, it's pretty crazy, the turn of events, the switch up from was it Tharp? Yeah, Tharp won, obviously.
Yep.
Tharp won, the number 9, and the number 1 of Matherly. It was unreal.
Yeah.
I mean, Matherly is more of an outdoor guy, so is Daytona's next, right? So that might suit him in his favor, but who knows? But yeah, already a big points deficit that Matherly is in. So yeah, really all East Supercross, he's really just gonna be working towards fixing that.
Yep. So we'll see what happens next week at Daytona and see whether or not we get another burner of a main event in the 450 class. Want to give a quick shout out to Cowie74 in YouTube chat. $4.99 said he tuned in for in the last 7 minutes of that race and was left amazed. This Kalana guy is an absolute beast in announcing MX Sim. I like how excited he was. So there you go.
It. I love it. I love Sim. It's awesome. I'm not very good at it, so I like watching people that are actually good at it.
Well, I mean, me too, man. We get enjoyable races like that every once in a while, and it makes it so worth it to call these races. So that's going to do it for us here tonight at Start Your Systems. A huge thank you, of course, to the Race Factory Gaming team and track crew for putting these series on for us and making the tracks every week for us to call the racing on, of course, as well. Underground RC for backing these series this year and being the title sponsor of this series. Of course, Phil Ski and Snowboard also on board helping them out, and a lot of other sponsors as well. So thanks all to them. But seriously, a massive thank you to everyone that tunes in every week. I mean, we were peaking over in the 600s during that main event, and rightfully so. Hopefully you guys tuned in for a good one there. Awesome stuff. And a final thank you to Kalana Humphrey. Second time in the studio for the first 7 races. What did you think this time around versus the first time?
I liked it better. I mean, I wasn't as nervous, and I think the racing was just unreal. Like every heat race, main event, LCQ, it was all good. So yeah, it was. I mean, that main event was cool. It's cool to see my buddy Timur get second in the heat race too. That was pretty cool. And yeah, racing was unreal. It was unreal. So thank you for having me, Kellen, and yeah, thank you everyone for shouting me out in the chats too. I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course, man. It's been awesome to have you in studio, and I'm sure we'll have you back again soon, and maybe we'll get A-Wood back in the booth soon as well. A-Wood should be back for Daytona. That's the plan. No idea if it'll be for sure or not just yet, but at least that's the plan right now. So anybody that's been begging for A-Wood to be back in the booth, that is when you guys shall expect him. But again, thanks so much, everyone, for tuning in. For Kellen Brower, Kalana Humphrey, Lane Burks, Carl Novak, Evan Holt behind the scenes, Jacob Hubbard, everyone that goes into making this entire broadcast possible for you guys to watch. Thank you guys so much for all that hard work behind the scenes. We are out of here. We will see you next week from the World Center of Racing, Daytona. The best race of the year, sometimes, as many people say, is gracing us for round 8 of MX Simulator next week, and we can't wait to see you guys there. So tune in next week. But for now, we'll send you on your way. So long for now.